You down with PCP?
You gonna dance with me again?
I'll give you a head nod today.
It took long enough. I finally got you to at least start dancing. That's all I needed.
I'm still trying to get rid of my headache, bro. Still trying to get rid of this headache.
You're gonna be getting, before you know it, man, you're just gonna be getting into that groove. Beginning of every show. What's up, PJ?
What's happening with you, man?
I'm good, brother.
Tell me something good.
I will tell you something good. We're down a Foster tonight. Ha! How about that? How about that for good? Yeah.
You mean to tell me he's hanging out with Moses again?
He's hanging out with Moses again tonight, so we're gonna have a lot of fun without Foster. Who needs him? And he hasn't showed up for the last two Adams who are on the show. So, but tonight we have a really fun show. We're gonna be doing a mock draft, our only mock draft. I know there's been mock drafts all over the place. I'm sure you're sick of them, but we have not done one yet. We like to save it until the week before the draft, literally 7 days from tonight. We're gonna do our Bears mock draft, and we have Thigh and Smide podcast, Carl from the Thigh and Smide podcast, that's going to join us for that in a little bit. But there was, through the PSF app that you see at the bottom right-hand corner, the brand pro sports fans, the up-and-coming app, it's a great thing. And for anyone that doesn't know, I do media casting on there. Lester Wiltfong Jr. and I from the Windy City Gridiron basically watched the Bears game together. We did like 7 of them this year. It was a lot of fun. We're looking forward to what's coming up with them. They have peer-to-peer betting that they've just introduced, so make sure that you guys go and check out that. And through this app, we met other podcasters from the Blonde Blitz, and her name is Deb Whitcast, excuse me. And she invited me to be on the show to do an NFC North rundown. And I thought it would be nice to return the favor and kind of talk about her show and what she's got going on there. So before we get into the mock draft with Carl from Thigh and Smile, let's bring on Deb Whitcast. How are you doing tonight?
Guys, how are you?
Hey, Deb.
Loving being here. How are you?
We are awesome.
Good.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Of
Thank
course. You
Glad
were
to have you.
fantastic on my show. So definitely I appreciate you for returning the favor and bringing me on this.
You know, you guys, you and Nikki over there started up this channel, and let me just kind of show the channel for you guys. Brian, you guys had Brian Urlacher on your show, like within your first however many shows, 20-something, 30 shows?
Yeah, I mean, we started the show in August, training camp, preseason last year. And we got some fast followers, and we've been doing pretty well. So we actually met. I love Brian, great guy. Nikki and I were at Super Bowl, and the Blonde Blitz took over Super Bowl media. And we were at Jaws Cigars with Stars media availability, and we met Brian there, obviously, and we met Jaws as well. We interviewed both of them, and he was just great, and we loved the interview, and we were like, would you be interested in coming on the podcast? And he was like, absolutely. So I actually had worked with his main PR woman before, with some other athletes. And so I reached out to her. I was like, hey, is Brian available? Like, would he said he would do it. Like, is that true? And she reached out to him, and he was like, he remembered us. And he goes, absolutely. I'd love to come on their show. So he came on and we had a great time and we did some games. And his main thing was he wanted to talk about food and he wanted to be able to curse. That was what the two requirements that he had was he wanted to talk about food and he wanted to be able to curse and feel comfortable. So we're like, you could do anything you want to do.
Well, you have to put in the plug there because Dan liked talking about food.
Listen, so if you just feel up to it and you want to just kind of nudge Brian our way, we love to swear and we love to talk about food. It annoys people how much we talk about food. So if you just want to give them a little Bears Country, little BCP nudge our direction, be like, hey, maybe you should follow BCP.
I could try. He actually, it's funny because on posting on IG and I do, my different updates, my different reports. I get a like every once in a while. So every time I do, it makes me smile. So
that's so cool.
You can try.
So you're one of the media casters on PSF. And you're an Eagles fan, correct?
I am. Yes, I am. I do. Frank Nicotera and I actually do a podcast together on PSF, and it's called the Steagall Show. So we cover both the Eagles and the Steelers. Myself being a huge Eagles fan, and Frank being a huge Steelers fan, and it's PA all day. So
nice. So
yeah, she said an Eagles fan.
Oh, TJ, not an Eagles fan. I take it.
Yeah, let me show my fandom here.
And please don't think because I'm an Eagles fan, I do like the Bears. Justin Fields, I really was behind him, loved him in Ohio State. I'm excited for you guys this season, getting Caleb Williams, number 1 draft. Hopefully, you guys need a quarterback. And love Keenan Allen.
Knocking on wood, you're trying to jinx it. What was
Bring back Fields.
By the way, DJ Moore, I love DJ. I've met him. I've interviewed him. He's a great guy. He's from Philly. Fabulous. And he's so good. And then also you guys have Keenan Allen. So I'm excited. I covered the Chargers last season. So Keenan's
How
great.
long you been an Eagles fan, though?
Since before I
could walk.
Literally, I've got Eagle stuff everywhere. Hi.
So who's your favorite Eagle of all time?
I love McNabb.
McNabb?
Cunningham, McNabb. I actually met McNabb at Super Bowl. Here's a funny story. We're at a party. I don't fangirl. I'm a sports reporter, so I'm very professional. So we're at this party, tons of athletes. Cam Newton was there, all bunch of Hall of Famers. And I'm standing there and McNabb is in front of me and I didn't even realize it. And my friend Richard looks at me and he goes, Deb, I think that's McNabb. And I look over and I go, oh my God, it is. I literally went, it was deer in headlights. And I was like, do I say something to him? Do I not? Oh my God, I don't know what to do right now. And so I went up to him and I did fangirl a little bit, but I was like, I apologize first. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm actually a sports reporter and I should not be doing this, but I'm doing it. I was like, you're my favorite Eagle. I have two of his jerseys and I love you. And so we took a picture. He was very nice. He laughed. He made sure the picture was okay and that I was happy with it. And then he walked away.
Man, at least you got a picture.
Yeah.
And at least you didn't ask for an autograph.
No, I would never. No, the picture is definitely pushing it, but the autograph I would never ask for.
Yeah, I think I seen someone. I was somewhere. Somebody asked for an autograph. I'm like, we still do that?
Yeah.
Who does that?
I ran into Anthony Thomas one time at a Hooters back in the early 2000s, and I saw what he was drinking. He was like a Bud Light, so I was like, hey, can you buy him a Bud Light for me? And then I just looked over at him when he got it, and he went, and I went, and that was it. I didn't need to get his autograph,
There you go.
You have the memory, so yeah.
That's all I needed.
Autograph girl.
So you mean to tell me though, so with Shorty, so after you bought him a drink, he didn't come over and say hi to you?
No.
Oh.
He was handed a drink. They told him who bought it. He looked over at me and he like tipped his bottle me, and I tipped my bottle to him, and that's all I needed. I didn't need his.
No, you got to at least come and speak to the person who buy you a drink.
Yeah.
That's protocol.
All right, now you're making me not like Anthony Thomas for that. Thank you. Thought it was a great moment. I was going to take it to my grave, and now I'm going to think, oh, well, shit, it could have been better.
I just ruined it for you.
Yeah. Oh man, Deb, Cliff Victoria's asking, what did you think of Keenan Allen while you're recovering the?
He's
charge?
great. I mean, elite wide receiver, obviously, and I think he's going to fit in well with Chicago, especially with Caleb. And I mean, I always talk about this moment, but we were in training camp, and someone threw a bomb down the field to Justin Herbert, and everyone was trying. Like, my view was a little blocked, and I'm trying to see who it was, and literally, it was that bomb that everyone's like, whoa, like all the fans, everybody was like, whoa,
slow motion.
Yeah, it was that like time stopped.
Yeah.
And of course it was Keenan Allen. So yeah, I was not happy to see him leave the Chargers. It shocked me.
It shocked us.
I'm not sure what Jim Harbaugh is doing, but we'll see. We shall see in the draft. Because Justin Herbert doesn't have many people to throw to. I mean,
clearing house.
Oh, Nick Williams gone, Keenan Allen gone, Austin Eckler gone.
Yep, they could go tackle or wide receiver at what are they, 4, 5?
They're
5, I think.
5. Yeah, 5. Yeah.
Yep, they're 5. I think they're going to go Marvin Harrison Jr. wide receiver for 5.
Yeah.
What about JJ McCarthy?
See, and that's funny. I think JJ McCarthy is going. I think he's going to the Giants. I think they're going to. I think the Giants are going to trade with Arizona, and I think McCarthy's going Giants. And here, I just did another podcast, and it's so weird to me that JJ McCarthy was like projected going like 10th, 11th, 12th, like later, and now all of a sudden he's like in conversations for like top 2, like 2, 3, 4. I'm like, when did this happen? Like, I think he's a good quarterback. I'm not sure he's as good as Caleb or Jaden Daniels or Drake May. Like, okay, but he's conversation.
2 things happened. One, his combine was exceptional.
True.
And the second thing was Jim Harbaugh just pumping him up.
Yeah, and I won't be. I mean, Justin Herbert's not going anywhere, but I won't be surprised if he ends up back with his head coach from Michigan. So
I listen. I'm seeing a Khalil Herbert trade to Minnesota, and them taking JJ at 5. I don't know why I'm seeing it, but
okay.
Khalil Herbert, who?
Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Are you seeing that? I did talk about that at one point. I
don't know. I can see Harbaugh getting in there, wanting to shake things up a little bit, go with his own guy.
Well, you got to look at who the offensive coordinator is. Greg Roman. He loves to run the ball.
He does
so much so that I can see them getting rid of Herbert.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's true, and I feel like the Chargers are the Ravens, like they just, with J.K. Dobbins just got he's from obviously the Ravens, so yeah, like they're turning in the Ravens, so who run the ball.
So I think that Herbert will not gel well with that offense that Roman will bring in, so he may be wanting out. And hey, the Vikings have 2 first-rounders this year, another one next year. They can give up that to get Herbert, I'm sure.
I can see it happen, and the Chargers stay put there, and they draft McCarthy. I don't know. I brought
that up because I was like, I just have this feeling. I was like, I'm not sure if they're going to do it, but I don't know. You could be right.
It feels like the sweet spot right there for them. Like I could see that happening for sure.
They probably have to give up a player too, though. I'm thinking Vikings have to give up 3 first-round draft picks as well as a player. Who that player is, I don't know, but I can see that happening.
The Vikings. That's the question.
I mean, because if you're doing a rebuild, like the Chargers appear to be doing,
Mm-hmm.
you don't want a quarterback on that big contract. You'd rather have a rookie quarterback. So that's my reasoning for thinking that's why they want to do it.
Very.
He's making what, $45 million a year, something like that.
That's going to take some restructuring.
I think he's the second highest.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow is the highest, and then he's.
Wow, it's not Aaron Rodgers.
A conversation about him too. How many years do you think he has left?
Well, I don't know. He seems.
I think the Jets might be sneaky and take a quarterback too.
They might. He seems pretty spry right now, though.
Yeah, Aaron
Coming
Rodgers.
to training camp. Yeah, he came to the voluntary workouts. All like.
I don't know. I saw him a picture of him. He did a workout in LA with, it was either USC or UCLA. He looked a little old. Sorry. I like Aaron Rodgers. I'm excited to see him with the Jets, and I wanted to see him play, and I was really upset when he got hurt. Like the first game. But sorry,
being a Packer his whole career, like I obviously I don't like to use the word hate, but I hated him. I hate the Packers. Their fans are I like their fans. Their fans are very similar to us, so we have a lot in common.
Yeah.
I can appreciate their fans, but I just hate the Packers. And when they have 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks, that's been pretty much my whole damn life. So seeing him leave, and then when I saw him on the what is the HBO show, the Hard Knocks, I was like, wow, he's kind of a little bit more of a leader than I thought. Maybe because everyone's just like, oh my God, Aaron Rodgers. He was just like, his ego was stroked, maybe. So he was, maybe a different person. But I was kind of excited to see what they would do last year before he just mysteriously blew out his Achilles. That was very strange. Even the tackle wasn't really an Achilles blowing tackle. It was kind of weird.
It was just weird. Guys, this is Olive, my cat. Sorry. She likes to join the conversation, the football talk.
I thought that. Wait, do you have a dog?
I do. I have a dog too.
Okay. I was like, your cat was making all that noise?
That's why the cat jumped up here, because the dog just attacked the cat. So they love to be on the Zooms with me and all the shows.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Well, listen, Deb, I know you don't have much time for us tonight. I want to so we are going to be doing the draft marathon. So we kind of talked about just giving you a link, and you can hop in whenever you want. If you want to talk about the Eagles pick, if all things go as planned this year for the Bears, they won't have that many picks, so we'll have a little bit of downtime. So if you would like to hop in and talk about when the Eagles make a selection, you'd be more than welcome to do that. We'd love to hear your opinions on it. We're trying to get as many people as we can to come in and talk about, just to have the link to come in, talk for a few minutes, and hop out. If they want to come in for the next pick, they can come in and hop out. So
let's do it. Yeah, I mean, I'm most likely I'm talking right now about doing the Rams and the Chargers draft parties. So I might be there. So it's going to be trying to do both, trying to stop by both. So we'll see if that's actually going to happen. It'll be one or the other.
Slide.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Well, if you don't make it here, you don't make it.
No, I'll definitely stop in. Yeah, no, I can. I have a phone. I have a Zoom light on my phone. I'm good to go.
Awesome. Before you go, Thigh and Smy has a question for you.
Oh, sure.
He says, Deb, how do you feel about the selection of Jaylen Carter?
Jaylen Carter. I mean, how does he feel about it?
I thought he was the perfect pick. Like, there was no other team that I would have thought would have been better suited for him than the Eagles.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think he played. Yeah, he played well. I mean, yeah, no, I was a little scared of, because he obviously had gotten in some trouble, and but I knew that the vets on the team would help him out with that, and I think they did that. I don't think he had as much of an explosive season as I thought he would.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I expected more from him.
Seemed like he hit that rookie wall.
Yeah, and I mean, I lived in Atlanta for a while, so I love all the Georgia players, and I was loving the fact that I think we had 5 last season that were drafted or part of the team. So it was like the Georgia Bulldog. I was like, it's Snoop's pet.
I currently live in Atlanta, so I know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, Atlanta's a
I am tortured by the Green Bay symbol. Everywhere I look, only it's red, black, and white. The Georgia Bulldog symbol is the exact same symbol as the Green Bay symbol.
Yeah.
It's just different colors.
Yeah, that's true.
Everywhere I look, I see a Green Bay symbol that is red, black, and white.
Totally. Yeah, you're right. Well, and it's overload. It's because it's also the Falcons colors too. So you got the G, you got the Falcons. So
nobody cares about the Falcons here.
No one cares about the Falcons.
I bought Falcons season tickets after they dramatically lost the Super Bowl to the Patriots because they were super cheap, and they still are. I still have them because they're super cheap. I try to sell them, but I can't. And but if I do go to a game, it's like I bought a cheeseburger, a beer, water, and a chicken finger basket for $13. So it's worth it to go to a game.
That's what my family members, when they visited, I took them to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and they loved it. They were like, we got a ton of stuff, and they're like, it's so cheap. And that's the one thing about the Atlanta mayor. He was like, it's going to be, the concessions are going to be cheap for people to like. We want to be able to come to a game. But no, I was friends with several cheerleaders when I lived there. I was friends with some of the Falcons players, and so that's
pretty cool.
Love me some Atlanta. I actually miss it. So
it's starting to get hot here. Just in my yard, cutting a couple of branches just off of a tree, just today already. So it's coming. But Deb, we want to thank you for joining us tonight. Why don't you please let everyone know where they can find you?
So you can find me personally at Sport Report Deb on IG, on Twitter, starting my TikTok a little bit. The Blonde Blitz every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on That Sports Net Podcast Network, as well as our own YouTube channel. If you just do a Google The Blonde Blitz, it'll pop up. Also our thank you. And then also our website, we have one, theblondeblitz.com. So
awesome.
Thank you for having me. We have to do this again. This was fun.
Glad you came.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Glad you came. Next time, hopefully you can stay longer.
Yes, hopefully. Yeah, I got a ton of work to do. So it's that draft time. So yep.
No, you're welcome anytime. We would love to talk football with you some more. You kind of are able to go around the globe too, and not just talk Bears, which is kind of what's needed here. We're always Bears all the time, but to be able to have a little bit of perspective around the rest of the NFL, unlike us, because I'm just a Bears idiot. It's just Bears. So it's nice to hear your takes just on other teams too. So especially your own. So if you do have the time and you would like to join us, pop in for the Eagles pick, whatever during the draft, all 3 days, you're more than welcome to. We'd love to have you. And thank you very much for coming on and spending your Thursday evening with us. I know you're busy, so thank you.
Thank you so much. See you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Happy draft.
You too. Happy draft. All right, man. That was fun. So let's you guys want to bring on Carl Vitality from the Thigh and Smy podcast. What's going on, gentlemen?
Vitality. What's happening, Thigh?
Not too much. PJ, how are you guys doing?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
I'm feeling a little tiny bit of pressure. You guys have had some great guests on kind of in a row. So you just had Deb, obviously, and then before that, you guys had Adam Rank. That guy, I watched almost the entire podcast. That guy was great.
He took over the whole show. He literally opened the show.
Yeah, exactly. And then he had his podcast going as well.
Did you get a chance to see when Adam Mason was on?
Yeah, exactly. I was going to mention Adam as well. I see him in the chat as well.
Oh my gosh, I love his breakdowns. I love his So bad he don't break down fields no more, but I love that.
Yeah, little disclaimer: I'm not a big stats guy. I'd like to be, but I'm more. Me and Nick, myself, unfortunately, we're both a little bit more from the heart, a little bit more casual. So won't be giving you much of that. But I appreciate Adam's kind of the opposite side of things.
Well, yeah, that's why I like him, because I'm not a stats guy either. But that's why I appreciate him. I truly do.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
I love how when Adam was on the show and I was talking about Tyson, he was just kind of like, I'll entertain this thought, but just to the.
I'll have to carry that tradition down too, and I'll have to shoot that down almost immediately.
And then he,
Let you put that YouTube video. It's not going to happen.
But then he turns around and does a show about Tyson Bagent, like about the same video I pulled.
It's all about the views, man.
And now he says this. He says Bayent is gone. Agent Bagent has a better shot of getting a nod in Chicago. Thank you.
I mean, Bagent is currently QB1. That's not wrong, right?
He technically is. So why?
You got about a week left.
Before we get into the mock, now that I have this up, thank you, Adam. So, Secret Bagent man, Mr. Mayhem saying, so Bagent Orange. So, what if this dude's workout turns into like his off-season training? If you've seen the videos, right, has resulted in a stronger arm, and if said stronger arm. And a year in the NFL protocol, on a team, he knows that he's been on the sidelines, helping the number one quarterback. He's been the number one quarterback. He's won 2 out of 4 games. He's got he's got great footwork and rhythm and timing in his pass.
When does the delusion stop? I say, when does the delusion stop?
Arm just kind of was not strong enough, right? So, what if this offseason training turns into a stronger arm and you let him play over you sit? I'm not going to, because I still refuse to believe that it's going to be Caleb Williams until he's finally drafted and he walks into Hallis Hall with his gear. Then
Deservedly so.
So whatever quarterback it is, he gets to learn from a guy, albeit in his second year, can learn from the sidelines instead of getting thrown to the fire. And if Bagent can win us 3 out of 6 games or 4 out of 6 games, and you get to a comfortable point where now you can insert Bagent, or you don't have, or I'm sorry, Williams, or you don't have to, or said quarterback, I should say, or you don't have to. Bagent plays well enough that you don't have to. You can let the quarterback sit for the rest of the year. It's only going to turn an undrafted rookie free agent into a 2nd or 3rd round pick. That's what I'm saying. It's not Bagent over Williams. It's Bagent turning into another pick. So if the kid does have what I think he has, why not let him put it on the stage to see what happens and see what you can get for the kid when you do it right by the quarterback, by sitting him for a year to learn instead of throwing him to the. I want to see Caleb Williams play just as much as anyone else does. And the number 1 pick in the draft always plays, right? They're not going to sit him on the bench. But the what ifs going through my head on this they all lead to do it right. Do the kid right. Because then if you play him and he fails in his first year because you threw him to the fire, you are now firing everyone, right? If you don't play him and Bagent plays well enough to get you to the next year, you're retaining your coaching staff as well. And you're giving the kid the experience from the sideline and learning the game and being able to absorb it. Maybe you throw him in at the end if we're out of it or we're in it and we can play him because we've already got our ranking solidified. That's all I have to say. It's not that I'm like, I want him to be the starter. I'm just saying you can turn that undrafted rookie.
You've been saying that for the last 6 months there, bro.
I have been, but you got to admit I'm right.
I'll say this, and hear me slow. I'd rather bring back Justin Fields.
What a surprise there. No, I mean,
I'll give you a 7th round pick for Justin Fields, right? Is that what you?
Well, it's a 6th, conditional 4th, but it's a 6th.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is the direct, I guess, counterpart to what Dan just said would simply be that that would insinuate that Caleb has something to learn from Bagent. I don't think the experience is there from the undrafted kid. I think the best case scenario is you let Bagent take another, 60, 70% of the snaps as the quarterback in preseason, and hopefully you can, I don't want to say trick, but the idea is to get the value there for a 4th, 5th round pick, something similar to Fields.
Hold on. So Thigh.
Yeah.
Go backwards a little bit and say one more again why Caleb would be getting the start over Bagent, because I don't think Shorty actually heard you. Because I really want
the
him.
matter is, I
really
just
wanted
don't
to
think
sink
that.
in.
I don't think Caleb has much of anything to learn from Bagent.
Did you? Let me say it for you, slow, Shorty.
Yeah.
Bagent
Do you want to
does
debate
not
this?
have much to learn. Oh, I'm sorry, Caleb doesn't have much to learn from Bagent.
So you want to debate this? What does he not have to learn from Bagent? Timing, footwork, rhythm and timing in his pass. That's not something to learn.
Can we just say
in that exact offense, if it was the exact same offense, that would probably be the strongest argument, right? But this is a whole new offense with Waldron. So I think that you just give the live reps in game, meaningful reps to Caleb, the sooner the better. It's not like the Bears have a franchise quarterback. It's not a Packers situation where Caleb can sit behind a Hall of Famer. Then, yeah, let him sit. But
Brewhawk, QPPTSD in full effect. Yeah, you're damn right. It is.
Someone had a nice comment earlier. I couldn't help myself from laughing. Something about making sure, we're not going to believe it until Dan paints his nails. I forgot who said it exactly.
Because I said if Caleb Williams wins us a Super Bowl, I will paint my nails pink. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, shout out Eric Harper. He said when Adam shows up on his podcast with his nails painted, then we know he's fully bought in. So maybe he's talking about Adam Mason, but
right. When Adam Mason hops on the podcast and we're all sitting here with pink nails.
I'll do it. I'll show up in your guys' draft marathon on Friday, so the day after, and I'll have the nails painted. Don't you worry. Here's some verification. There's something going on right now. I got you.
Well, I'm saying after he wins a Super Bowl. Let's not jump ahead of things here.
Well, with the QB PTSD, it sounds like you don't even think that Caleb's going to be the guy. I think that it's a foregone conclusion.
I mean, that's why I don't. Because everyone is saying it's a foregone conclusion. If I start to think that way, and if I really buy into the fact that he's our quarterback now, when he's technically not, if anything happens where he's not, I'll quit. I'll quit this.
Did you see what the Commanders are doing with their quarterback prospects? They're having the top 4 or 5 kids that aren't Caleb Williams all together. Either it was yesterday or today. They're all having them together at once for one dinner. It's like Drake May, JJ McCarthy, Jaden Daniels, and potentially Bo Nix. They're all sitting together at the same table having dinner all together. Caleb Williams.
With the Bear? Wait, who is?
The Commanders in too.
So they try to figure out who the alpha is? Is that what they're trying to do?
I don't know, man. I don't know what Magic Johnson's up to. It's hard to say.
That sounds like a case of I want all these guys together and I want to see out of these guys who's the alpha. That's what
it reminds me of when the Bears had that kicking competition, which was a terrible idea, by the way.
Horrible idea.
Terrible idea.
So
wow. So here's another thing too. If you go on to NFL Network or NFL Pro Shop and you try to buy any jersey from 0 to 19, the only one that you cannot buy is 18. With the
with Williams, right?
With Williams, yeah, with Williams on the back.
Someone debunked that. You couldn't get it with like 99 and 58 and some other numbers too. So I honestly think it was a glitch.
I wonder if you put Harrison Jr. in there, if it would have.
Why not?
I wonder if you go to PFF and try to trade for Fields, can you do it?
This guy.
I'm just saying.
What was it with Fields specifically, PJ, that really had you sold that he was the future and is the future? Because to me, I thought that he was a good player too, and I wanted to buy in. But I think the NFL kind of told you what they thought of Fields with only being a conditional 4th, aka 6th, next year.
Well, if you want me to explain it to you, I would love to. First of all, we've always had a hard time. Oh yeah. We've always had a hard time.
Birdman.
We've had a hard time getting a good quarterback, right? So you finally get a quarterback. He's showing progress because thanks to Adam Mason, he was able to show how Fields made improvement every year. So here he is, first year under a bad quarterback. I mean, a bad head coach. Get thrown into the fire, no protection, get shell shot. So we got to wash that year out. Second year in, totally dismantled the team, didn't have nobody there. So you got to give him a chance. You actually give him a chance last year. Give him a chance last year, and you only give him one receiver though. But even in spite of all these challenges, he still made progress every year. What was the biggest thing? Was the biggest complaint about Jay Cutler? He wasn't a leader. He didn't help out his teammates. Didn't make his teammates better. None all those lack of leadership. What was the problem with Trubisky? Oh well, he was too fragile. Had to cut off the televisions because you don't want him seeing negative news and all this, that, and the third. So you got a quarterback who actually is built for this. He built for the hardships. He's already taken a team to a championship game in college, so he's a proven winner. You have these things. Was he the most accurate? No, but he was accurate. So he can still improve upon it. I ain't saying he's a finished product, but I've seen progress. But the hard part being the leader, he already has. But most importantly out of all things, if we would have kept him, we wouldn't have the debate about should we take a receiver or an edge rusher in the first round to go along with the quarterback. We can take them both and build this team up to where this team is so improved that we can get a Bagent, a Brock Purdy, anybody to lead this team if Fields didn't work out. But here's the other thing. If it didn't work out, we still got next year. We would have had 2 first-round draft picks because of the trade down. We could have found a quarterback. That's my point.
There's not really any projected good quarterbacks in next year's draft, though. This is one I'm not saying generational, but this is one that's been looked at for, since he was coming out of high school. Everyone's wanted to lose games to get this quarterback.
Reason why I'm not saying he's not going to be a good quarterback, being Caleb. I think the potential's there. But I'm reminded of Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, both being in that same system, both being Heisman Trophy winners, both going first overall, and both not being what we thought they were going to be once they got to the league.
So something tells me Caleb's different than those two guys, though.
I hope
think
so.
That the Baker Mayfield first overall pick was a bit of a shocker, not too much. And then, I don't know, the Cardinals are just weird. But I still think Kyler Murray's a good quarterback. If you have a Kyler Murray on the Bears and they continue to build up the roster the way that they should be able to do, because they still have extra picks next year, that's a good football team. But I still think Caleb's better.
But I ask you this, though. Do you think Kyler's better than Justin?
Yeah. It's going to be hard to say right now. But the thing that I think was most damning for Fields was kind of with what CJ Stroud did. So, yes, it's nice to have talent all around him. That's why Fields was such a highly talented prospect, or in my opinion, why he was drafted so high is because he was surrounded with such elite talent at Ohio State that his play was elevated. But CJ Stroud in a very similar situation, although Stroud had a better wide receiver with Marvin Harrison. Stroud, obviously in the NFL this year, elevated the players around him. I can guarantee you a lot of you guys, there were some guys who were high on Tank Dell as a rookie. Not a lot of people knew who he was. And then specifically Nico Collins. I'm even a Michigan fan, and I had a little lapse in watching, and I was floored by Nico Collins, how good he was this year. But I don't think it's because he's such an elite wide receiver as much as Stroud elevated the players around him. And Fields simply, I don't think, has done that, as you saw.
I think there's a few things to be said about Fields. He should have gone 2. He slipped to 11. Whether it came down to all the trade offers were for NFC teams and the Bears were just trying to, get it. The only AFC team offer was the Steelers, and they were just trying to, they're trying to play poker with it. Well, the Falcons want him. Oh, the so-and-so NFC team wants him. And then they just held out until they knew, all the NFC teams signed quarterbacks and they weren't going to trade. They knew that they weren't going to trade him to the NFC. Why would you trade him to the NFC? So you can play him potentially in the playoffs? But to PJ, you've said this before, like, well, then why would you, if you're trading him, then why would you worry about that? Which is, something to be said. But they wanted him to go to the AFC, in my opinion. And so that's why they were just like trying to get the best out of the Steelers, and they couldn't quite get it. And then boom, it was the Steelers left. And they're like, fuck it, we'll take a 6th-round pick, potentially a 4th.
Do you think there was any truth to Fields, the Bears doing right by Fields and trying to send him to a team that they thought he could actually start for?
Only in the fact that they did right by him by sending him to a quality organization.
I think that with him, the Bears held on to him too long. If they knew they was in love with Caleb, if that's the case, if they knew they was in love with Caleb, they should have traded Fields right when free agency started. That way, you could have traded him to Atlanta or somewhere else where he could have had a better chance. You wait till basically all the spots get dried up, and then you want to try to ship him off. That to me is not doing right by him. If you really wanted to do right by him, you would have did it from the get-go. That's what I would have done.
Possible they didn't know what they wanted to do with the position either. I don't know. I feel like they knew for a while, but it's also possible.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, because when they actually made the trade, they still haven't met with Caleb at that time. So what changed?
Yeah.
So what changed? I mean, because you hadn't met with him yet. So why didn't you? I mean, but in those weeks there, why did you? So my thing is, I thought they kind of handled it wrong, because me personally, I like I said, I would have just dealt him earlier if that was what I was going to do. But you could have drove up the price for Caleb if you were trying to trade that 1st overall pick by saying you're getting rid of Fields per se. Then you think you make Washington now really want to give you a haul because they're like, oh man, if we really want him, we really got to give up a lot.
Yeah. Washington made up their mind pretty soon, and they ended up trading away Sam Howell very, very prematurely, in my opinion. But the Bears probably should have done something like that to maximize the return. So it's a weird scenario. Thankfully, in my opinion, it's water under the bridge, and got 7 more days until the new era.
Let's just hope that they don't fuck this up. And I think once we get into this in a minute here, we're going to realize that it's kind of going to go both ways, because we're going to do 2 drafts here. And I'm sorry if you guys have been watching other mock drafts. We have not done one. We have preserved ourselves until the week before the draft. And with only 4 picks, I've only dove into so many players because I don't have the time for it. And I like to kind of like narrow down what we're looking for. I know we should be drafting the best player available, but I, kind of narrow it down to, okay, what is it going to be? Wide receiver, edge, we need safety, maybe, do we need a running back? No, you look at all the scenarios. And when you start to break this down into 2 different mock drafts, one with trading the pick for multiple picks, and then possibly trading down again and again and again, or you draft Caleb with the 1st pick. It's going to get interesting when we start to kind of dive into this. So, do you guys want to get into it?
Yeah, we can.
Let's get it.
All right,
let's do it. Do we have a scenario where we trade back for Fields though?
If we have time, if you guys have time for 3, I was thinking, because you said you want to do one with a trade and one without a trade. We could do one with two with trades, one being with Fields, one with drafting a quarterback later.
Oh, that
Caleb.
I love this guy. I love this guy right here. We got to bring him back on. I love this guy.
Can you talk to this guy for like 30 more seconds while I take a leak? So before we do all this, because I got to get into this then.
Oh, yeah. Okay, man, cool. All right.
All right, I'm gonna take a leak really quick, and then we'll get this going. You
Make
guys,
sure you wash your hands.
Right.
I will wash. Thank you very much. I will. I have a
Well,
sign in my bathroom that tells me to.
Will you just go?
That's good.
You just go. Go, I say, go right now.
PJ, in the scenario here, if we're going to be keeping drafting a quarterback that isn't Caleb, is there anyone else that you have any sort of asphyxiation with? Anyone that you like specifically?
That's a good question, because I actually been trying to wonder. I've been pontificating about basically who, because for a while there I was thinking about Jayden. But the thing that scares me about Jayden, honestly, is his lack of weight. And I've seen him get hit really hard in college, and I'm like, the pros going to be
There's a couple
worse.
plays like where he does like a quarterback sneak almost, and he feels like he's able to just go up and reach the ball over, and he feels like he won't get touched. And those are the plays you're talking about where he just gets whacked.
He get whacked, and I'm like, yeah, that won't fly with me, and that's that scares me. But other than him, the other ones, like, to steal Adam Rank's phrase, you find those type of guys in every other draft anyway. Caleb, like I said, he impresses me, but if I'm being honest, he holds onto the ball like Fields does. He hold it loose. That scares me, because I'm like, okay, we worried about Fields losing the ball on fumbles. What are we going to do with Caleb? Because he holds that ball out there willy-nilly too. So I'm like, okay, I don't see a lot of him as soon as he hit his back foot throwing it on time. So I'm like, okay, what are we really getting? I mean, I'm not going to say I hate the guy, because I don't, but I have to see more. I have to see more of, hey, show me that you are the guy.
So I don't have any record of this, but I absolutely despised both the Trubisky and Justin Fields picks. I'm a Michigan fan, go blue. So absolutely hated Fields for one of those reasons. But there's something about Caleb. I'll go on the record here and say I think that he's going to pan out. There's just something good about him. Yes, there are some negative, things you can look at with his game against Notre Dame, the second game at least in this past season. It was a bad game. He didn't play well, admittedly. But there's a stat I'm trying to find for you. Specifically, he had so many attempts in his, I think, USC career. Never, ever, I think he turned the ball over maybe on third or fourth down, but I'm positive in saying that Caleb Williams never, ever threw an interception on third or fourth down.
Correct.
So that was something with Fields I really disliked as well, with elevating the team around him. He also just wasn't clutch. So even if Caleb Williams is a little bit more hero ball and has the fumbles, I think that can be coached out of him.
He had a moment.
In college, did Fields on third and fourth down throw the intersections?
I don't know. He had a superstar roster around him, and this USC roster is a high school roster, in my opinion.
Well, they didn't have the greatest competition either.
That's very true. So that's why every single game that USC played in this year, especially those Pac-12 games, were a 40 to 35, 50 to 45 type of game.
Right. Oh, and that's what I mean, because before I compare the two of them, I try to compare them both while in college, because Pac-12 compared to the NFL, big competition difference. So I don't want to say, oh, well, Justin did this in the NFL and Caleb did this in the Pac-12.
Yeah,
in competition.
That is true. I would have loved to see Caleb Williams in like the playoff or just something more meaningful against a good team. There's still decent teams, but
all right, that's enough. Justin Fields talk. He's not coming back, buddy.
Wait a minute now. Hold on now. You had your chance with Bagent.
This is PJ's swan song. We are going to give him one last scenario to hold on to.
I apologize. I was pissing. I missed out on what you were talking about. Go ahead. Finish.
If we do the 3 drafts, if we've got time, or if you guys want to, we could do a scenario where the Bears trade the first overall pick and keep Fields. I'm okay with that.
If we can do that, can we?
I'm not sure what you guys are using for the mock draft simulator. But in our brains, we'll just say this is with Fields.
So what's the best one to use? Pro Football Network?
Oh man, I wish
Can I
Nick was
address
here.
Adam,
'Cause Nick
can
and
I
I
address my guy
stayed.
Adam Mason real quick? He's saying that Bagent is on the team. I will say this. Yes, he is. And Fields is just a trade away, is all I have to say.
I love how I talked you into
No takesies, backsies.
Adam. I gotta. Can I give myself a pat on the back for talking Adam Mason into Tyson Bagent? Thank you. Appreciate that.
I really don't think
Is that
he's doing
smoke screen? Is he just pandering to you?
He might be. I don't know. We
I
can't
call
hear.
smoke screen. I call smoke screen.
We can't hear the inflection in his voice when he's typing, right?
That's true. That's true.
I'm laughing at home so hard. He's like, "Yes, I'm baiting you, you fucking fuckface." All right, guys, let's get into you. So, what do you guys want to use? Chat. You guys have
Football Network. Oh yeah, ask chat, please.
I would say Pro Football Network. You guys have a preference in chat? What do you say, Carl?
On the mock draft that we did, we used Pro Football Network.
Okay.
It allows for trades as long as there's not multiple people, so we can all just share the screen or however you want to do it.
Sounds good. Let's just go with that because I think that's everyone I've been talking to says the same thing. So let's see.
I like PFF for too, like whenever I see him on Twitter, but I'm pretty sure you have to pay, or it doesn't offer as many free features.
Okay, so let me zoom in here a little bit.
So which one are we doing first? One with Fields?
Ask chat.
Okay, what do you guys want to do first? In chat.
Guys, which one you want to do first?
You want to do
Caleb or no Caleb? And then Fields or no Fields?
how the hell do I get rid of this? Go away.
Do you because I don't want to suggest something. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but if you want me to share the screen, I'd be happy to.
Yeah, because in order to be able to do the trades, I think you got to have the paid subscription on PFF.
Which I don't.
Oh, okay, you can do that. Here, I'll pull mine. You probably don't have all the commercials there bugging it up too, right?
No.
Okay.
Let's see how I do.
Okay, I got Eric Harper saying no Fields. Tony Moy says no Fields.
So you guys want to go? Let's go.
I see Mo Beerman says the one with Caleb.
Okay, yeah, I agree. Let's do the Caleb no trade. Let's just draft Caleb and see what happens. Well, that's
what happens at 9, essentially. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got the screen sharing. I hope I'm doing it right.
Okay. There we go. Yep. Oh, that's much better. Now, if you
even zoom in a bit as well.
Yeah, there you go. You know how to zoom in, right? There you go.
Okay, so we're just worried about the first round, or do we want to do all rounds?
Let's go 7 rounds fast.
We're going to choose the Bears.
And this is interactive for everyone in chat. Let us know we're going to kind of do this as a group here. So
I like it.
So right now we're rejecting the first pick, right?
Yeah,
we're keeping Caleb. So let's just
I'll very quickly thumb through so everyone can see the teams that pop up, the obvious ones, but we'll reject this.
Yeah.
We can hide it because we are going to be selecting Caleb here.
Okay.
So are we interested in trading the 9th overall pick, or we got to see what's available and whatnot?
Yeah, let's take a look at what all the.
Let's see what we have.
So after Caleb, it went Drake May at 2, Jaden Daniels at 3, Dallas Turner surprisingly at 4. That blows my mind.
That blew my
Marvin
mind.
Harrison at 5, Joe Alt at 6, Olu at 7, and Arnold at 8. So the big board right now is comprised of Malik Neighbors, Bowers, Odunze, Latu, and so on.
Ooh.
I don't know if I can bring up the
FR Martin is saying Rome.
Rome over Neighbors, though?
Yeah, I'd have to disagree with that one.
J2K is saying Neighbors.
Neighbors? Let's take a look at the trades. What are the trade offers?
I'm trying to get it back. I may have to exit full screen for a second, so I apologize. Ooh, I hit it and it's not here.
There you go.
Trade offer? Perfect.
So 17, 48, 116 to move down, 8 spots?
Correct.
What's the next one?
Okay. Next would be Vegas to move down 4 spots, and we pick up pick 44, which I kind of like that.
Yeah. But it comes down to, what do you think of Malik Neighbors over Roma Dunze or Brian Thomas Jr. or...
So let me hide this again. The order right now would be 10, 11, 12, and we'd go to 13. So after the Raiders trade up to presumably take a quarterback or wide receiver, it'd go Jets, Vikings, who have not got their quarterback yet, and then the Broncos, who probably need a quarterback. Is there any chance that Neighbors or Odunze fall to 13 in this scenario?
Considering that the Raiders, were the Raiders one of them? So they would want a quarterback there, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what they'd actually take. It still feels like it would be random, but in my opinion, they would take a quarterback here, which currently the quarterbacks available are McCarthy, Penix, Bonex.
Okay, so what do you guys think in chat? Do we trade with Jacksonville, Las Vegas, or draft right here?
See, Rob's kind of thinking what I'm thinking.
Yeah, a lot of them been saying Neighbors. A few says Rome.
Adam likes the Raiders trade.
Yeah,
You like the Raiders
personally, I like the Raiders trade as well, because we need more picks.
We're
Yeah,
getting,
we essentially
one
can
additional pick though with the other one.
So we go down 8 spots to 17 with Jaguars. We still get 48, and then we get a 116 as well. Now, I'm sure Adam has talked about this, and many of you guys have talked about this, where this draft specifically is starting to drop off in talent after rounds 3 or 4. So pick 116 is what? Is that a third or a fourth?
Which one?
116.
That is a fourth, because 100 is the last one in the third, I believe. No, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Hold up.
96 would be the end of the third. So yeah, it's got to be a 4th rounder.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
This is all, the chat is going wild for that Raiders trade.
And PJ said he likes it too, so I'm okay with it.
Okay, let's do it then. You guys, it's consensus here.
Yeah, the 44 is huge value. I agree with Adam.
Yeah, that's a sweet spot.
So we've got another trade, but let's hide this for a second. If we look at our big board, wow. So they traded up to take Rome, and Malik Neighbors went at 12, which
wow.
is wild.
Okay.
Okay.
So you could say we got screwed, but
nope, because Jared Verse is still there.
Yeah, me and Nick did a draft on our channel about a week ago, and we ended up doing something similar. The Raiders traded up for Jaden Daniels at 9, and we ended up taking Verse as well at 15. Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, I agree with the scrolls that you wouldn't trade out of the top 10 unless something crazy happened. But
well, the problem is, for me, with the whole trade out scenario is, we only have 4 picks, and we have so many needs on this team. We have to trade down at some point to get more picks. That's just what that's just a situation we're in. We need more picks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the counterpart and why I think the Bears should not trade out of top 10 at 9 unless there's a very specific reason. But you take Caleb Williams with the thought that this football team is not going to be drafting the top 10 again for another decade. So that's why I've always been a big proponent of taking the wide receiver, because blue chip talent, you're not going to get a lot of that. And Keenan Allen's only going to be here 2 years. So as far as the trades, Adam Mason, we've got Detroit looking to move up. They're offering 29, 61, and 73, and next year's second, which is probably going to be a late second, but that's fine. In exchange for 13 and 75.
I don't trade with divisional opponents.
Yeah, we're not the Vikings. I agree.
Or the Packers. They traded to him too.
Kansas City is looking to blow away their draft stock for I don't know what in this scenario, because all those wide receivers are gone. They're offering 32, 64, 95, and a second and third next year for 13 and 122. And then San Francisco, same thing.
Let's establish some rules here. Do you guys think that we should just stick to, because we don't have very many picks in this draft, should we not be looking for next year? Should we just collectively be thinking about drafting, like taking trades that only involve not us trading another pick to another team in for that pick, and B, should we only focus on trades that involve this season? I'm curious to know what you guys think in chat, because I personally, just for the sake of fun here, let's just see, what we can get in this draft based on having 4 picks and drafting Caleb Williams.
I think personally, I think we need, I mean, we already made our trade back. So we picked up 44. So we picked up a second rounder. We need to address certain areas. We need a receiver for sure. We need a defensive end for sure. We need a center, because the center we have is on a 1-year contract. We need possibly a safety, because the guy we just picked up after he was cut, Byard, he's what, 32 years old. So there's players that we need. So I'm of the belief that you don't want to trade back too far, especially like the 31, 32. You're going to miss out on the prime guy. So where we're at 13, I think we need an edge rusher. I think Green Bay showed us last year in the last game of the season, your game plan to take Sweat out, you can stop this defense.
One of my favorite edge rushers, though, is Marshawn Nealand, and that's just my personal opinion. It's so you can get him maybe at 32 or 31. Whatever that trade was with the
44.
I forget what the 2 trades were, but
44.
What the Bears recouped? I should be able to take a look at what it was. So the Bears in this scenario have picked up pick 44.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Marshawn Nealand will be there according to this simulation. He's ranked the 74th best player. No.
He's not a day one starter. And right now, we currently don't have a day one starter at the other defensive end. You can say
you can patchwork it with, I forgot the guy's name from Tennessee.
DeMarcus Walker.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of his as far as
I'm not either, but now I want to know what you guys think of Latu, because in this scenario he's there. He's the 13th best prospect according to the simulation, and he's available for us at 13 in this scenario.
I think he's pretty much maxed out already, actually.
I love Latu, but I'm worried about his neck injuries.
I'm terrified of his neck injuries. He medically retired.
Yeah, I think he's pretty much maxed out as far as
so
what he can do. I don't see him growing. I don't see his ceiling being much higher than what it already is what I'm getting.
Yeah, anyone who's crafty enough as a tackle to deal with his speed, and if they are able to get his hands on him, I feel like he's
done.
I don't want to say he's fragile, but that would be it. Adam Mason loves Latu.
I was just going to say Adam Mason loves him, but the chat is saying like they have the same worries that we have.
Right.
So I saw someone in chat earlier also said that they think that 13 is too high for Jared Verse. If we look at our trade offers again, the only offers we really have coming in are 29, 31, and 32. So Verse will not be there.
Yeah. We're not gonna be able to get him.
We can offer a trade in this simulation as well. So if you feel like Verse is going to be there a little bit later, we can
have him ranked 15
down to like 17, 18, 19.
But they have him ranked 15, so he'd be going off the board pretty quick.
I think so too.
Eric Harper saying JPJ, he wants to go center.
Now, I've seen some people in chat, and I totally agree with this in this scenario as well. I would still absolutely adore Brian Thomas Jr. here, and I almost messed up, but Brian Thomas Jr. I think would be a great pickup even at 13.
What do you?
I agree. If you trade down that far, he's not going to be there. What are the trade offers again?
29, 31, 32.
Yeah, essentially the NFC or the conference championship games are trying to move up for what I would assume is Brian Thomas Jr.
Okay, so moving from what? Where are we at now?
13.
13.
13 to to
Either
31,
31, 32, or 29 with Detroit.
Go back to the previous one.
Train of getting verse. I need a starter. I need a starter right now. I need a starter at defensive end.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big proponent of taking the offensive blue chip player. I think Brian Thomas is very close to that. But I do agree with PJ that if, God forbid, Montez Sweat got hurt, the Bears have some issues.
Montez Sweat was asked on the Green Light podcast what he preferred, like a stud defensive tackle on the line with him or a stud edge rusher. He said, "Oh, that's a tough question." And he broke it down, but he said, overall, another stud edge rusher. So if you're going, isn't Byron Murphy a tackle?
Defensive tackle.
Yeah. So
short defensive tackle.
Yeah. So
if I can address that real quick, I think Eberflus has shown that he prefers length.
Yeah.
Being Buckner when he wanted Buckner in Indianapolis, now he went with Javon Dexter. So those guys are 6'6". So Byron Murphy, 6'1". I think he's too short for Eberflus's profile.
And you look at Javon Dexter, 6'6"?
Yeah, 6'6". Him and Buckner both 6'6".
There was a player in Texas who just got into some big off the field issues as well, and I feel like it's Byron Murphy. I hope I'm not speaking.
No, that was I forget.
Devondre Sweat.
The DUI. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so chat. What do you guys want to do here? You want to trade this pick, or do you guys want to take a player here?
Well, two people says. Tony Moy says draft first. Munoz says draft. No, he says Sweat. Okay, that's answering that question.
Well, the most recent chats are answering what I was asking, who the player was. So it's Devondre Sweat is the problem child.
Illinois Jones says Byron Murphy would be a great pick. Jeremy says trade. PZ says verse.
Right.
For those who want to make a trade, I don't think that trading to the end of round 1 is a good idea. Is there a spot that you'd be comfortable with going back to? I'm thinking that you could still get talent here at.
We could trade up
the late teens. We could propose a trade.
Well, you can't go up now, Shorty.
Not up. I'm sorry. We could propose a trade where we can just move down,
slide down a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys want to try that? Since you have the ability to.
Eagles at 22.
Let's try that. Let's see what happens if we offer a trade.
Well, what are we thinking? Okay, I don't know if you guys need to see the board anymore, but
what what position are you trying to get to?
Who are we targeting? So someone said that it was too early for verse, and I don't know if I agree or disagree there. I don't think Latu will fall very far. Brian Thomas would be awesome. Chop Robinson, is he a first-round pick? Maybe. You've got your Byron Murphy conversation there.
Let's keep it to we didn't want to offer a trade to the NFC, so we're looking at either the Colts or the Jaguars here,
or the Bengals. Yeah,
or the
Bengals. 15. So you're talking about
the Jags wanted to move up earlier, I believe. So if we
Jones says Fuatano.
Troy Fautanu, I think he's still there. Yeah. Okay, so if we can propose a trade with the Jaguars, we'd obviously be giving up 13. Would we take 17 and 48? Probably too rich. I think that we would take that. Do you want me to propose it and see what happens?
Yeah, let's do it.
Jacksonville's in a crazy division. They could be thinking that there's a player on their board here just to move up 4 spots that would put them back at the top of their division. So let's just propose it and see what happens. It was rejected, of course.
Rejected.
Okay. Was still on the phone with Jaguars. You want to try the Colts?
Yeah, let's try the Colts.
Okay.
At 15?
Yeah.
Yeah. So really, we're not going to get much of anything, but it's worth a shot. 46 is not going to happen. Do we try 82? Is that worth it?
Yeah, 82 is worth it.
Okay, we'll try it. It was rejected.
Oh, rejected.
So maybe we go back to the Jaguars. we saw that 13 and 48. Would we do 96? That feels like it'd get accepted.
That kind of does to me too. What do you guys think about this trade?
We could spice it up and give them 122 and we take 114 as well. Just squeeze the lemon.
Maybe. Adam Mason says very fair trade.
I'm assuming 13 for 17 and 96.
J2K says just take verse. Damn it.
If he's there, you're looking like a mastermind.
So if you propose it and they accept it, it's over, right? You can't just go, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you can't reject it after you already propose it.
Yeah. Adam Mason saying just take verses, right?
Well, I think whoever's on the clock after us would be putting their podium card in or whatever the case is, but that's okay. We've got time. Defensive end at 13. All right. Are we okay with proposing this?
What do you guys think? You guys want to make
I
this
prefer
happen?
verse, but
Verse or propose this trade? Chat. Give us your
If my
answer.
voice means anything, I'd say verse, but yes, I want to hear the chat. I know what Adam Mason thinks.
Jeremy Munoz says trade it. Atmos says take verse. G2K said trade. He said if you trade back, you go offensive tackle at that point.
Verse verified by Adam Mason, so we're at 2-1.
Illinois Jones, Adam Mason says verse.
Newton.
Adam Mason actually wants a lot to, but Victoria says Cliff. It says verse.
Doug Van Dorn. Newton. Illinois Jones says try to swap a pick with try a pick swap with 75 and 48.
So just quite simply 13 and 75 for 17 and 48.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
How we feel about this?
That's not. We're not gaining anything, really.
Yeah.
Well, we definitely are. We're only going down 4 spots in the first round to go from the third round back into the second round.
We got a bunch of verse on here, guys. Then we got Adam Mason saying lot to trade from Rob Hansen. By the way, we haven't even acknowledged chat tonight. Guys, you guys are awesome. Thank you for joining us. J2K, Adam Mason, Eric Harper, STC, Cliff Victoria, Doug Van Dorn, Jeremy Munoz, Illinois Jones, PZ, Atmos, J2K, if I already said you, Tony Moy, Rob Hansen. You guys are awesome. Thank you for joining us. Brian Gilmore is hanging out with us tonight again. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome.
Appreciate you guys.
Something I noticed with your guys' chat is that your returning viewers are awesome. I see the same names each and every time for like the last month.
We have an awesome chat. We really do.
I would agree.
I appreciate them.
They're the only reason why we do this. I promise you that. I promise you that. This chat is. There's been days it's been like we've all been like, nope, we got to get in there. The chat's gonna be blowing up. Let's do this. And here we are again tonight. You guys are awesome. So thank you. So
I would say just go with verse, man.
Yeah, I think that we've been fumbling around a little bit too much.
Let's
just go with verse.
Adam, Eric are saying verse, and we'll see what happens from there. So we are going to select Jerry.
Eric Harper saying your next trade down will be late in the first for Robinson or a stud center.
Okay, so let me go ahead and hide these for now. As a quick recap, after we took verse, Saints took Fatanu, followed by Brian Thomas Jr. fell all the way to 20. That is incredible. And if that happened, that would be insane to me. Because that was after the Jaguars traded down.
Yeah.
Byron Murphy went 24. A.D. Mitchell went to Dallas.
Oh, I love it.
Bob Robinson went to the Bills. Lions get Cooper DeJean. Kansas City takes a tackle. San Francisco takes a tackle. Worthy goes to the Ravens. JPJ is a center to the Panthers. Interesting.
Oh.
They passed up on Lad McConkey for a center. That's awesome. And then Packers got themselves a linebacker.
Hmm.
So Bears at 44 here. Both Penix and Bo Nix. This is a very realistic simulation right now.
Let's take Penix here.
You got it.
I'm just
You got it.
No, we already got Caleb.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute.
Let's see. Want to go the route of the Washington Redskins at the time when they took RG3 and
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins in the 3rd or 4th round of the same year. It was like I remember thinking to myself, good move.
I'm actually liking Leggett here.
Oh,
yeah. Someone just asked a good question. Where did Keon Coleman go? He's a very highly debated prospect.
I think he's still here.
Did he go in before we drafted? There's no way.
He's got to be.
Keon Coleman went to the Vikings. That would be the most irresponsible draft pick, wouldn't it?
Well, if they just drafted JJ McCarthy, maybe not.
Do we have any? Yeah. What's our offers?
Yeah, they took JJ McCarthy at 11. So they'd have 3 first rounds invested in their wide receiving core. You want to look at the trade offers?
Yeah, so we're at 44. Legette's at rated 51. So
they're looking to move up. Let me go back to the 60.
No picks. No picks from us. No.
So what's proposed is only the 2 is just essentially moving down for next year. So I don't like any of these offers.
Yeah, me either. No, you know what? We're not giving up a pick.
Who is the highest rated receiver right now?
That appears to be Troy Franklin out of Oregon.
I don't know.
And Leggett is at. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that player.
I'd rather have Leggett.
I would too.
What do you guys think? Just take Leggett here?
J2K says he's not a fan of Franklin. Rather have an XL, Polk or Wilson.
XL is going to have to be Xavier Leggett.
I'm going to tell you what. Like my favorite tight end prospect in this draft is Theo Johnson. So if he is available anywhere in here, if we can accumulate some more picks, I would love to have him.
Bears got 75 and 122, so that's probably where you'd want to move out from 75.
Yeah. So what's left at guard and tackle?
Well, if we just look at the entire offense, it's got Zach Frazier, Cooper Beebe. I can't pronounce that name.
Beebe.
But this player gets a lot of noise on Twitter.
Yeah.
Let's actually look at our guards.
Van Pran is still there. Oh,
Roger.
Roger.
75.
Yeah, sorry, he's right here. Yeah, he could be a day 3 guy.
Yeah, I like him at 75 if he's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that trying for the Bears to invest in Jackson Powers Johnson is a little bit too much. They don't have the picks for that. It's too much of a luxury. I think they need to draft a center to develop.
Yeah.
Do we want to go center for our new quarterback here?
No. I want to go receiver.
I like that idea, but I think that their offensive line plan is already in place.
So wait, who's at center? Again?
It's the guy that they traded for from Buffalo. They wanted to get him the year prior.
No,
I forgot his name.
No, on the board.
I'm sorry. Zach Frazier is still available.
So
okay.
Do you guys want to go center here, chat, for our new quarterback?
Doug Van Dorn says go with Frazier. PZ says go with Frazier. Adam Mason says Frazier.
Mm-hmm.
Coleman's already gone, Cliff.
PZ is thinking that Leggett could be there at 75.
He won't be there at 75.
On the simulation. I don't think so either.
Yeah. I think all those 4 receivers will be gone at 75.
Illinois Jones, I don't want to speak too much on Franklin. I'm not too educated on him, but just overall.
I keep going over to I keep going over to your window to scroll down because I'm used to controlling it.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Who is so scroll down on the wide receivers. Who can we get later on? That's a development.
Pearsall was mentioned in the chat. I actually like Roman Wilson, but I don't know how he fits too much.
You know who I love? Luke McCaffrey.
Yeah, just as a name guy, I like him too.
He's down there. So, but the speedster who just broke the record for the 40 is gone, right?
He won the first.
Worthy?
Yeah,
Worthy went to the Ravens, yeah.
In the first round?
Yeah.
Oh, he seems like a Raven. God damn those Ravens.
He sure does.
Damn it. Fucking Ravens. I know they're going to draft him now. He just makes sense.
Yeah.
You can kind of always tell who's going to be a Steeler and a Raven. I'm hoping that one day
he's not going to get past the first round, man. All three of these guys, even the Lions, would love Xavier Worthy, in my opinion. Just add speed to an already good roster.
Sheldon Coleman is our current center. I just think that Sheldon. I'm addressing Cliff here. Cliff says that Sheldon Coleman is our center. He's here for a 1-year contract, and Bates is probably more likely to be the center. But I just think we just need a center in waiting. I
agree. Everyone in chat's saying the same thing. Frazier from Etten. Let's just go Frazier. What do you say?
Well, at pick 44, he wouldn't be waiting much, in my opinion. I think that he would be very much on the table to start. So I think the Bears still need to add a wide receiver in this draft in this scenario.
Oh, they absolutely do.
So we're targeting someone with pick. It's going to be 75.
Yeah.
So we're thinking like the Roman Wilsons, Ricky Pearsons.
Ricky Pearsall, would that suffice you guys for wide receiver? Ricky Pearsall?
Assuming he's there.
Is he an X type of receiver?
Let me take.
Or is he more of a slot guy?
6'1", $190.
Look like he's more of a slot guy, right?
He fits the res.
Precise route running.
He's more of a slot guy.
He can learn from the best.
But that's not help. You need somebody that can actually help you now. We need an X receiver right now.
You're saying the outside receiver because you're thinking that between Keenan Allen and even DJ Moore's good in the slot.
Right.
And you can't move Keenan Allen to X?
When I think of that player, he's
best at slot. That's where he does most of his work.
You could get a Luke McCaffrey later on and make him the slot.
Is he an impact player who's going to be starting the third wide receiver? I'd rather have Tyler Scott, I feel like, at that point.
Okay.
I don't know. I just think that right now, we don't if we're still looking for starter quality.
Cornelius Johnson rated at, 200? This is a good player.
Illinois Jones is saying, look at Franklin's RAS.
This is not showing us RAS, is it?
Yeah, if you go to
the top.
Just go to the little
block there.
The little
right here.
Yeah.
902.
Oh, it says it right here. Perfect. So what player?
Franklin. You had him.
How tall?
Troy Franklin.
How tall?
6'1". Oh, he's
long strider.
Vertical range. That's your X. Instant acceleration and searing speed down the field. That's your X.
Yeah, as I'm skimming the chat, Franklin is getting loud shouts from the back in the chat here.
Frazier isn't going to start right away. Ben Sinote trade up 12 to 13. Personnel are hella sexy with Shane Waldron.
And see that's a concern I have about Frazier. With the way it's currently constructed, I don't think Frazier would be starting right away. And I think what my thought is we need someone who's going to start at 44 right away, and that's a receiver.
J2K says he didn't test agility.
This Leggett guy is legit.
Oh, man. 9.9? Oh, God, dog.
I like Leggett, man. I'm telling you, I like him, but
it's hard to pass up him right now.
Yeah, I know people like Franklin, but I guess for me, it's between those two, Franklin and Leggett.
What about Adam? Adam is saying that Frazier at 44 is simply a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm. And Doug Van Dorn saying, Thigh, chat wants Frazier. You want a wide receiver. If you put it to chat, take Frazier. Okay, let's put it to chat. Chat says Frazier. J2K says Frazier.
Would Frazier be sitting the bench? Yes.
Maybe Caleb Williams will be too. So let's go Frazier. Chat's saying Frazier.
All right, I'm down with it. Let's take Frazier.
We need a center for our rookie quarterback, man.
Yeah, I think that the guy that they got from Buffalo, if he's essentially depth for your guards who had injury problems last year, well, I guess wow, I can't think of the right guard's name. He had just had availability issues, but
Oh,
I like the pick.
Davis.
Yeah, Davis. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, you can't blame the kid.
definitely not. Okay, so that sucks. Javon Bullard going at 74 would frustrate me. Uh-oh. Your Marshawn Nealand went 71. Oh, my.
Cowboys. God damn the Cowboys.
Roman Wilson at 60 to the Bills makes a lot of sense. Van Pran is gone. Oh, boy. He went 57. Leggett went 54.
Ooh.
Pearsall went 51. That something seems wrong there.
BB went to
Giants getting Bo Nix at 47 could absolutely happen. Okay. So Michael Penix is still here at 75.
Let's go Michael Penix. Just kidding. I don't like lefties.
Let's go Chris Jenkins.
Well, we got a wide receiver.
The only pick we have after pick 75 in this scenario is 122.
Ooh.
So if there's not anyone who's absolutely standing out, we could think about a little bit.
Well, let's look. What are the trade offers?
The trade offers were 85 for 156, and that's it. We only have one.
You guys want to move down 10 spots to get one more pick?
Doug suggested that we take a look at the wide receivers, which I was doing. Yeah. We've got Walker, Johnny Wilson, Jermaine Burton. Now we're getting to the point where I'm not familiar with these players. Brendan Rice, of course, he's there. Luke McCaffrey, of course, is still here.
My boy Luke's there. Luke's my sleeper.
Kieran. I didn't see Kieran.
If we did trade this pick, we could still get into the range where we could take Luke McCaffrey late, still get another. We can get.
You can get Kieran.
Now Kieran's a tackle.
Yeah, you can get him at if you trade down. If you trade down to what is it, 85, you can probably still get Kieran.
And that was the trade offer that we had up, was to go back 10 spots to pick up 156. Yeah. So 156 is going to be one of those late round guys like a McCaffrey.
Okay, I'll say trade now.
Okay.
Anybody else? I mean, what we got to do?
Sorry, Adam Mason says if you want to manipulate the simulator, trade down for 85 and 156, but he would take
Kieran here. If you've got these loud shouts for Kieran, the tackle out of Yale, 6'5", 323 feels like a massive human. Yeah. 99th percentile length. Yeah, so this is the definite type of player. This reminds me of the current left tackle, Braxton Jones. Kind of like a project, even though Jones started immediately.
Rob Hansen saying Kieran's gone by 85.
Do we want to roll the dice, chat?
You know what I like about? Here's what I like about, and I've heard people talking about this. You know, kind of in defense of what I'm saying, is that a 6'5" or taller offensive tackle for me with a 6'1" and an eighth quarterback. I know there's throwing lanes and stuff, but you don't want to get much taller with an offensive tackle than 6'5", in my personal opinion, with a quarterback of that. He's not.
I feel like it's more important with the center of the line, because that's when you really talk about the throwing lanes, right? And Caleb's good at outside of the pocket, not outside of the pocket running, but outside of the pocket throwing.
Same argument I've heard back and forth. So, okay, I'll agree with you guys. So we go Kieran here, guys, or do we go trade down 10 and get one more pick?
Yeah, the simulation has Kieran at 91, so he could still be there, but we've seen some weird stuff, so it's impossible to know.
What ranked, according to this, what ranked offensive tackle is he? If you can go to the offensive tackles. Yeah.
Kieran is the tackle, so there's a good chance he might not be there.
Yeah, he won't be there.
The tackles, I'm sure, are not overvalued, but highly valued too.
What do you guys say? It's up to you, chat. Kieran, trade.
After this pick, the last pick the Bears would have in the simulation is 122.
Trade down 10, get two more. What would be the next one after 122 with that trade?
Trade offer.
Brian Gilmore says trade back, then Kieran.
That feels like that would be the ideal scenario, would be to trade back and then take that tackle. Is Ben Sinnott still available?
Cliff Victoria says take him.
No, he's not. J2K.
No, I'm not seeing the player's name. He's gone already.
Adam's saying take Kieran here in the real draft. He's gone by 75. Kieran, I think it's unanimously Kieran.
Yeah, there's whispers of the Bears taking a tackle at 9. So if that's what we feel is best, I think I'm okay with it, especially.
So now we're adding a tackle and a center to the rookie quarterback. Let's go Kieran.
Correct. Then. I like receivers, but yeah, let's take Kieran here and see what happens down with 122.
Maybe we can get possibly one of the best receivers in this draft, and Luke McCaffrey.
Okay, so before we take a look, we've only got the one offer here. Interesting. Denver's offering us Miami 6th. Is that I forgot what trade that's from. Anyway, as far as players who are available currently. Wow. So this could be a very real scenario too. I did see that Audric Estime had like a 30 visit or something with the Bears. I thought he was a good player at Notre Dame, and he's available here in the scenario.
He doesn't have a lot of speed.
We need speed. We need speed and hands. I'm going to say if the wide receiver Luke McCaffrey is still here, I say we go.
You've got your choice of Brendan Rice, Luke McCaffrey, Taj Washington. So you could, at that point, after Caleb's been in Chicago for 2 days, it might be hard to pass up one of his boys.
Yeah, I like Jerron Baker too. So what was the trade offer?
The trade offer was to move down from 122 to 136, and we'd pick up 203 and 207.
I'll go with that trade offer.
But we're offering a 2025 pick.
Okay,
that's okay. We've got a bunch of them.
Look at Luke McCaffrey's RAS.
You got it.
Well, 9.44. Kidding me? 6'1", 200 pounds. Come on.
He's the what? Fifth.
He's your ex.
Fifth ranked receiver. So if you move down, what we're moving down in that trade offer, we're moving down 14 slots.
We could get him.
You're saying he could still be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very possible.
So you want to give up a 2025 for it?
Yeah, because we got two 6-rounders anyway.
Yeah, we've the pick. Actually, I got confused. This pick is what we're giving up, and that's from Miami, so it's not even our pick. And Miami's probably still going to be a good team.
And it's a 6th-round pick.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. What do you guys think? Should we trade down 12 spots?
They are. You could consider them trash picks, Illinois Jones, but the Bears don't have a lot of them. And as you saw with some lottery tickets the Bears have had, they struck gold with Braxton Jones.
I like what you're saying here, J2K. Luke McCaffrey, 9.42 RAS, has elite agility, good size, speed explosion, 30 and 1/8 inch arms and 9 and 5/8 inch hands. Catches the ball like a fucking catching glove.
Yeah.
Hey, he runs good routes. He's precise. He had a great combine. I don't know, but you can still get him at 136, in my opinion.
I think so too, and that's the only reason why. That's the only reason why I'm willing to make that trade, because I think we still can get him at 136.
Okay.
Now, Xavier Sanders has a shout in the chat, but he's a tight end. Is this a player that can convert?
Where is Theo Johnson still available?
Tight ends. Yep.
Yes, at 130.
130. So what's that trade? We go down to 136.
Yes.
We can still get,
initially we're going down 10 spots, so McCaffrey's still going to be there.
We could get Theo Johnson and McCaffrey possibly.
Yeah.
Theo Johnson has the same numbers as what? Damn it! What's the tight end that played for us for a while with Komet as a rookie? Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Mercedes Lewis?
No. Hall of Fame tight end that played for us.
Graham?
Graham. He is
Jimmy Graham.
His measurables are almost exactly the same to Jimmy Graham. Height, weight, size, speed, hand, everything. All of his combine numbers are virtually identical to Jimmy Graham's.
Sounds like Adam is a proponent of trading down as well. I don't know. I think I like the idea of trading down. The Bears really don't have anything after this, so
yeah,
getting a couple more cracks is a good idea.
It's worth a 6th round pick next year, even though that's kind of we didn't want to do that, but I could do that.
The Bears have a bunch of picks next year. I think we're okay with this. I think we should accept it.
I agree.
Okay.
Okay. You guys want to trade it? Let's trade it.
I say we do it.
Adam Mason says, no, I want Jatavian Sanders here.
He's a tight end, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, you want Theo Johnson, Adam. You want Theo Johnson, Adam.
I think we're accepting the trade.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, who went?
Wow, so the Jatavian is still here.
Still there.
Where did we just trade down from?
122.
Oh, so the Broncos traded up for Jordan Travis. That's also, it feels like a very real scenario. So Brendan Rice went at 124. I'm not seeing anything as far as our targets that were standing out.
Yeah.
Nope.
The board almost looks the exact same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now what's the next pick from here?
Well, Adam was banging the table for Jatavian Sanders, and he's still here at 136, and we have a couple of swings of the bat afterwards, too. So if you're thinking best pick available, the simulation has him very high.
This is the way. I love it, Adam.
My thought process is a third receiver is more important than a third tight end. So I would rather.
Yeah, I think what the idea is that Jatavian Sanders is not a tight end. He could be a tight end, I guess, and replace Everett. Receiver snaps, especially if he's coached into it.
You guys are going to talk me out of my guy, Theo John. Come on. Let's look at his res. Oh, no. So he's 993. Let's look at.
That's pretty impressive.
Let's look at Sanders' res.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ooh.
Essentially, it's just Adam who's saying that he likes Jatavian Sanders, but that RAS score I don't think is going to vibe with Ryan Poles.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, Raz is not the end all be all. But
I would go if it was me, I'd go Theo Johnson here, and then the next pick I'd go Luke McCaffrey.
So you wouldn't go with Luke here?
Well, Luke McCaffrey is rated as 155, and the Bears wouldn't pick again until 203. There's a chance he might not be there.
Right. Strong chance.
And
Chase Claypool had an amazing Raz. Chase Claypool was a good player at one point. I think something went wrong with the marbles upstairs, but
Adam, I did have this same conversation with my buddy about this the other day, that Raz only means so much. I get it. It does. But, I mean, Theo Johnson having the same measurables as Jimmy Graham, and he looks he plays similarly to him.
So does Luke McCaffrey play on the outside? Is he an X wide receiver, or is he more of a slot?
You have to be a slot.
Matters, but yeah, he seems to be just a little bit littler, but that RAS score is impressive. Razzle dazzle.
We've got Illinois Jones saying, is Jacob Cowing gone? We've got Eric
Carter saying
he is not. Jacob Cowing is
I am your father.
Tony Moyes saying take McCaffrey here. Let's see. Eric Harper saying we have bench Shorty's Will all night. Let him have this one.
I think that we should actually do that.
Wait,
take
what?
the tight end here? Is that what you're saying?
Tight end, yeah.
So you're passing
Adam
makes
a good
again.
Point. Adam's making a good point that Jatavian Sanders' low RAS can be attributed to him testing as a tight end, but how would that compare as a wide receiver?
Is he the
6'3".
next? Is he the next? What's his name that we got from the Patriots last year? the wide receiver that everyone thought could have been a tight end. Come on, help me
Neely?
out. Neely
has vice grip
N'Keal Harry.
hands.
Yes,
N'Keal Harry. Yikes.
N'Keal Harry. Thank you, N'Keal Harry. Adam saying, "Give Shorty a win."
I thought you was pounding the table for a wide receiver.
Well,
we need a wide receiver.
Well, can we get
But
Luke?
It feels
Luke?
like Jatavion is a wide receiver.
Yeah, he could be utilized as both. That's a good point. Damn it!
I'm gonna go ahead and let you have it, but I mean, I thought you was talking about receiver because we haven't got a receiver yet. So
where is McCaffrey rank at the wide receiver right now?
155.
And where our next pick is 2 something?
Yeah, so I think that this pick, whatever happens at this pick, the next time the Bears pick, Luke McCaffrey will not be on the board.
He would be gone. Yes.
They could go Taj Washington over Luke McCaffrey, though. I mean, he could be.
Taj Washington is 5'8".
9.
That's with his shoes on. Shoes off 5'8".
Small Raz. You know what? I have no say in this.
No. We're going to go with what you say. I just wanted to point out the facts. So you go ahead and choose.
If it's me, I'm going either McCaffrey or Theo Johnson here.
Which one?
Man.
You just got to put him on the spot there, Ty. Just got to put him on the spot.
And that is an impressive Raz score from Theo Johnson. I don't know. When Michigan played Penn State, I didn't have Theo Johnson standing out in my opinion, but Michigan did that to everyone. So
okay, so
McCaffrey is the best pick. They need an X. So Doug Van Dorn is saying that McCaffrey is your X receiver. I think it's really important that the Bears have 3 quality wide receivers because that seems to have followed Waldron in his time with Seattle. Even though the kid they drafted that I wanted last year, I can't think of his name, out of Ohio State, he didn't have the most impressive year. He was still valuable.
Oh, Najigma?
Yeah, Jackson Smith. Yes, Thank you. I'm okay with Jatavian Sanders if you guys are as well. It seems a bit more flashy and more of a project, but I'm okay with it.
All right, so you want to go McCaffrey here?
I'm okay with McCaffrey as well, unfortunately.
Whatever you choose, man. I'm not going to offer you any input. I won't let you make that choice.
Man, I mean, we have a pretty good tight end core right now. I would love Theo Johnson. You guys in chat, what do you guys think?
Jordan refusing to make a decision.
Yeah.
You should see me going out to dinner. It's like, so what's on your? Can you tell me about the meatloaf? They're like, yeah, blah blah blah. I'm like, is that a mushroom gravy? They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I'll have the salmon. Like, what? So I just sometimes I need some help, guys.
That's why I'm going to let you make this one all by yourself, there, bro.
All right, you want to leave it up to me?
Yep.
Let's go Luke McCaffrey.
It's done. Luke McCaffrey is the draft.
Somebody order the fucking meal for me.
Tony Moy, I'm sorry, you hit the nail on the head. Oh, and Cornelius Johnson's available. That sucks. That would be a perfect player, but we just took.
Why not double down?
What tight ends we got available?
If Theo Johnson's there, you got to be kidding me.
Johnson's available.
Where did he go?
Can I search the drafts?
He went right after
Zach Zinter at 168 is great for them.
Oh, he went to
the pass it?
Cardinals.
The Cardinals, yeah, the Cardinals right there.
Right here.
Damn it.
Okay. Well,
who's best available right now?
So you got 203 and 207. Best available right now appears to be Gabe
Hall. He's nice.
J2K saying Gabe Hall is the Hall. Oh, sick. Yeah. Oh, he's right up there. Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, he's nice.
This feels like a slam dunk.
Feels like a slam dunk to me too.
Playing as a cog in the Bears, Baylor Bears, 3-4 defense. Okay.
He had a pretty good workout during the
AJ Barner.
Kayla, Adam Mason's asking who won at 136.
For us. We traded that, didn't we?
Yeah, who went?
We took Luke McCaffrey.
We took Luke. Okay, so now we're here at 203. Gabe Hall. I think I like Gabe Hall.
Gabe Hall is a defensive tackle. Doug Van Dorn, not an offensive tackle. I think who's that guard for Miami? The gentleman that was on the Barroom Network. He spoke very highly of him. Guard from Miami.
Out of college?
Yes. He might still be there.
I'm not seeing a Miami guard if he's listed as a guard here.
Okay, he must be gone then. Okay.
Adam is asking who went at 137 after us.
Yeah, Adam is saying that the player went directly after Jatavian Sanders. It's very possible. It's very possible. I think at 203 here, Gabe Hall seems no brainer.
Yeah,
25 Raz.
Yeah.
I'll take Gabe Hall here at 203. And then our last draft pick in this scenario. Someone had a shout for AJ Barner. I would love a Michigan man added to the Bears, or Cornelius Johnson would even be nice.
Why not double down on wide receiver, man? Doubles down. He doubles down every year on some player so far.
Yeah, you could have Luke McCaffrey and then Cornelius Johnson fight it out to see who's going to get the playing time. Have the cream rise to the top. I like it.
Who now? Who you saying?
Mr. Cornelius Johnson, wide receiver out of Michigan. The champion, Michigan.
Javion Cohen is a guard out of Miami. Okay, all right. Yeah, I guess he's gone.
Vacky.
It's a Swiss Army knife.
The safety. I would also like the Bears adding a safety late.
Yeah, safety would be nice.
Yeah, that would be
nice.
nice.
Has some great players. We know all that about that with Jaylen Johnson.
We have so many holes, man. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, Tyler Scott probably would still be the de facto third.
With this draft, it'd be the fourth because Luke could move in.
I'm not sure about that, but maybe. So, yeah, my comment about that would be McCaffrey and Tyler Scott duking it out in camp.
Adam Mason saying Hayden Hatton is this year's Puka at the X receiver.
That's the second time someone's mentioned Vacky. Vacky played as a running back. This seems like a great player at 205. That's what you need, is special teams versatility.
Yes,
I have the Beast open. I could try and see if I could reference anything with Vacky, but I'd say let's take Vacky and see if there's.
I agree. We've addressed the other positions. We kind of need something here at safety, just to see if it sticks, right?
Yeah, Kevin Byard's not going to be here again for more than 2 years. You think Proctor's worth it here? Numerically, but I mean, I could tell you didn't play too well against Michigan, I don't think. I like Vacky. There's something about the comment made, if that's true, about Vacky playing running back, that stands out to me. Because that's I made a video actually about this. Richard Hightower had pointed out something about why they liked the running back they took. Why can't I think of anyone's name today? The running back out of Texas, the Bears drafted.
You're on our show.
Exactly. Yeah, my brain's not functioning anymore. But he had a similar comment where, man, I love this player too. I can tell you everything about the player except his name. Why am I struggling with this?
Player for who?
They just drafted him. I can't believe I can't think of the player.
No, the Bears?
Yeah, the running back out of Texas.
Oh, Roschon Johnson.
Thank you. Yeah, Roschon Johnson had very, very high special teams grades as far as him playing on defense, and Richard Hightower compared him to a linebacker. So yeah, I think that Vaki, if someone's calling him a Swiss Army knife, great hands, apparently he's played running back. Something's speaking out to me about Vaki. I also like the name.
Yeah,
let's see. I mean, if you're playing safety, because we're gonna need some help at this position.
I'm a big name guy. I like names. Sion Vaki.
Yeah, the Bears always need a Hawaiian on their team after.
I'm staying out of this. I'm leaving this up to you guys.
I think it's Vaki. Again, we're at pick 207. They're just looking for value. So if Vaki can make the roster as a special teams guy,
yeah,
a little bit of depth for your safeties, I see no issues with this pick whatsoever.
I agree.
All right, Vaki's our guy.
Unless
we'll let the draft
unless you
figure
hire
out.
Simone Biles' husband.
It's too late. So this was the draft where we, of course, took Caleb, and we did a little bit of a trade down at 9. So we took Jared Verse, the edge, at 13, got a starting center potentially with Zach Frazier, and then we went a great tackle out of Yale, Kieran. Dan got his way with McCaffrey. Then we got some depth pieces at defense.
All right, hold that right there. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. We're going to compare this to the next draft to see what we get.
So I know we are in the stream for a little while now. I don't know how much longer you guys want to do, but I propose potentially 2 more drafts, both with trading out of one with Fields, one without.
If you want to do that, let's do that.
I love Vi. That's all I gotta say.
You're gonna make PJ really happy. I know that much.
Well, we got to give it to him. It's his swan song. Fields is gone, but in this exercise, Fields could still be a Bear.
All right, I got it. I got that loaded up. We'll add the next draft to this.
Okay.
We'll be able to compare them side by side. Let's see where I'm at here. There we go. All right, so we have
5 offers for 1, and in both of these exercises, we're trading Caleb.
Mm-hmm. Right there.
I think this has to be the move.
No Minnesota trade. No.
Washington all day.
Is it? I don't want to spend much time on this. Is there absolutely any scenario whatsoever that we trade Caleb to the Vikings? Obviously, I think that has to include Justin Jefferson.
No.
You wouldn't
100%.
do. You would not do the 2 firsts they have this year. Justin Jefferson and then any other player. You just simply would not do that. That would be a crazy trade, by the way.
I wouldn't trade to a division rival ever.
I don't think you can do it.
I know the Lions tried to make it something, but it's just not working for me.
Yeah, I think that if you're trading somebody worth like a 4th or 3rd rounder, that's one thing. When you're talking about someone where you're getting multiple picks like that, that's a high quality player, and I'm not trying to give up high quality players or trade high quality players.
I think it's so funny that the one trade that, I agree, can't do the in-division trades, but the one trade that the Vikings and Lions did it was the trade that sent Hawkinson, right? Hawkinson went to Minnesota.
Yes.
So you'd think the Lions would be hurting and they'd be like, man, I missed that tight end. I need this tight end for my roster. They could have upgraded with Laporta. I think that's crazy.
Yeah. I guess I'm believing he didn't fit the scheme in Detroit. That's why they got rid of him.
Very possible. So is there any other consideration here? Is the trade out of pick 1 for Washington the best offer?
That's the best offer. Yes, I don't like to go into next year, but once we look at the final draft of this, it will be well worth it. We don't want to go on at 13. We're not going to get a quarterback at 13.
Now, so are you okay with me accepting this Washington trade?
I'm 100% okay with it. You guys okay with it too in chat?
Yeah, Doug is saying yes.
It's the best haul, yes.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Let's painfully do it. Okay.
Oh. Okay, so this is really fun. So is this
this right here need to be the Fields trade? I mean, we need to keep Fields for real.
We're keeping Fields.
Woo! No,
I agree. I agree. We could keep Fields on this exercise. This would be PJ's swan song.
So this is my swan song. Just trade right here. Bingo, right here. Take this.
So this is the trade where we keep
gone.
Fields.
Yes, this is what we kept Fields. Yes,
Justin Fields is a quarterback. We don't have anything to do with quarterback. You hope that the Patriots take quarterback, and then I might have to force the issue with pick 3. Yeah.
cool.
So they did take Drake May.
Marvin Harrison Jr. right here, bro.
It has to be Marvin Harrison Jr.
Marvin Harrison Jr. right here.
Wait a second. You can go down to what, 12 from here?
Huh?
You're keeping Justin, but you can go down to 12.
I'm not going to 12. I'm taking Marvin Harrison at number 3.
Look at this.
Go back, because 2 of those picks were okay. Never mind. I agree.
Yeah, I saw
It's
that
an
trade from
interesting
Minnesota,
concept.
but no, I got to get Marvin Harrison Jr. Yes, Brian Gilmore, I need help. I do need help. But like Fi said, this is my swan song.
Yeah, I think you've got to take Marvin Harrison.
Thanks for joining us, Adam. You have a good night too, my friend.
Yes,
Take it
Adam,
easy,
have a good
Adam.
night, man. Thanks for joining us, bro. All right, man. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's take Marvin Harrison and see what happens at 9. Now you're playing with house money. Oh, Dallas Turner going at 8 is kind of frustrating there, but that's okay.
This is where you get Marshawn Nealon at 24.
So they're not offering us any trades here, huh?
Ironically, the Bears could walk out of this draft with Marvin Harrison Jr. and Jaden Daniels. I don't know about that though.
Yeah, I don't see him dropping down to 9.
Or JJ McCarthy, but this is not the draft. We're sufficing PJ. We're keeping Justin Fields here. So you want to move from 9 to 24 and get 2 more picks in this draft and a second round.
You'd be picking 2 or 3 times in the next 3 rounds. That'd be absolutely insane. But that's what would happen if you traded the first overall pick.
You know what? Let me look at slide down on the see what they got Chop rated at.
Chop's like 20 something. 23.
See, that'd be tight if I trade down with that. Go down to the 24th. I'm needing the edge. Yeah. I don't know.
It can be boring and take verse again, but that doesn't feel correct.
Okay, let's trade now.
Or do we get does Justin need a tackle here?
I'm gonna get him a tackle in a second with these extra picks I'm getting.
Okay, fair enough.
Take it easy, Brian Gilmore.
Good night, Brian. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate you joining us, guys.
Adam Mason, thanks for joining us. Steve Grunwald saying, "Hall time." What are we doing here? What are we doing?
I'm doing the trade now.
Okay, we're gonna do the trade down to go all the way down to 24, but add 56 and 87.
Okay, I love it. Oh, I'm getting excited.
All right, we got to take a pick here.
Man,
Chop Robinson. Chop.
Yeah. Let's not spend too much time. I agree. Ryan Thomas Jr. at 23 would be so frustrating.
I'm going Chop Robinson. I'll be right back.
You got it.
You guys decide from there.
Okay. So we're at 34 now.
Yes.
I'm thinking either a tackle or I actually kind of like Kingsley. I don't know what you feel about Kingsley, but I like Kingsley, the offensive tackle.
Sounds like he's got a good rasp, of course. I'm not too familiar with the player, if I'm being honest, but
he's actually
everything I'm reading right here looks good.
He's a cousin of the Bears, Sewell, the Bears linebacker, as well as the Lions right tackle, I think.
Yeah, that's Penei Sewell. I can't think of it's Noah Sewell. Noah Sewell on the linebacker.
He's a cousin. Well, those 2 guys are brothers, so he's their cousin.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the player looks great. We don't need a wide receiver. We don't have to reach, quote unquote, for Keon Coleman.
What do you guys think in the chat?
I've heard good things of Jordan Morgan.
I noticed open the way out.
Sorry.
Only 22 likes, fellas. Do better. Okay. Pick a guy to move up for him. Robinson. Is he still there?
Are we referring to
Darius?
So we'd be doubling up on edge in this scenario.
But he can actually play 3 technique. He can play 3 technique too. Darius Robinson can.
Decent enough edge. So in this scenario, we've still got picks 36, 40, 56.
We're in a good position.
Is Darius Robinson either at 36 or 40? Do we need to take a different player?
Yeah, he'd probably still be there.
The tackle probably has more value. Do we feel highly about Kingsley?
I like Kingsley. I do like Kingsley.
All right, let's get it rolling here. Let's take Kingsley and see what falls.
Okay.
So after Kingsley, wow, I like when the Bears when the Bears have back-to-back picks or in between like that. So Cardinals took Keon Coleman, so we're right back to square one with either Robinson. Lad McConkey's a good player, but I don't know if we need another wide receiver that highly.
Yeah, not that high. What are other holes we need?
We can go back to the well with Zach Frazier here, or he might be available at our next pick at 40.
Yeah, I'm thinking more of.
You see what Mo says here, PJ? The PJ Wet Dream Catfish and Spaghetti Draft.
Mo Bierman.
Catfish and spaghetti.
Mo Bierman, you are correct, sir.
PJ, is that a meal that you've ate before?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Last year, Carl.
I'm not alone, though. Hold on now. I'm not alone. There's a lot of people eat that.
So last year in the 6th round, we're sitting here all bored because they were like, okay, what are we going to do? Like, we don't have a pick in this round. He turns like this and he's like, PJ's like, what do you guys have for dinner tonight? I'm like, well, leftover pizza from yesterday's draft. And he's like, he's like, I'm thinking about having some fish and spaghetti.
Yes, I say.
Man.
Yes,
and I literally went, excuse me?
Like fried catfish?
Absolutely.
Man.
You never heard that?
That's wild. No, the only thing that I eat like catfish is hot sauce and fries. Not spaghetti.
Me too.
Bro.
Not spaghetti.
Bro.
Like spaghetti with red sauce?
Yes. Bro.
It's Cliff, timeout for spaghetti and catfish.
Hey, the only thing I'm saying is, if Shorty know this, he want to pretend like he don't. I'm not the only one who eats catfish and spaghetti.
Listen, we ran this around the panel back and forth to exhaustion, Carl, and everyone's like, yeah, catfish and spaghetti, I love it. And I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
Everyone?
I don't eat fish with red sauce. Like, I'm Italian. I've grown up eating spaghetti with red sauce and lasagna. Like,
even
not
Foster told us what that meal. He has a meal where he eats the fish with the red sauce and noodles. I forgot what it's called, but it's a Irish dish, I think he said.
Sounds like something that needs to be tried, but I'd be very hesitant and downright nervous to try it.
Oh man, it's good eating, bro.
I don't know.
It's good eating, man. Especially with the hot sauce too.
Hey Mo, thank you for
sauce with the red sauce.
Hot sauce, man. You put the hot sauce on the catfish, and man, you eat the spaghetti. Oh man.
Here's my problem with fried food. Any fried food, including like.
Can you fix me some catfish and spaghetti in there, please?
Once you take something and you bread it and you fry it and you put it on anything that has liquid other than just hot sauce on top while you're about to eat it,
mushy.
It makes the breading mushy and it makes it gross. Even like chicken parmesan becomes gross to me. So even like
I would never eat chicken parmesan with hot sauce.
Yeah, I like tartar sauce.
I would eat it with I do eat it with spaghetti sauce, but it still makes the breading mushy. So, but on that show, Carl, he asked me, do you guys have any good blackening recipes that don't have salt? So we looked up one and found it for him, and he made a recipe that like 2 days later with or I think it was that day, catfish and spaghetti with that blackening seasoning. And I tell you what, it looked fantastic. I would eat it.
I guess don't knock until you try it. I don't
I
know.
tell y'all, man. Y'all don't know what you're missing.
I got a surprise coming up for you on that, PJ. We'll save it for later.
Okay.
That's what a surprise is.
Mm.
I like surprises.
Mm.
I like surprises.
All right, let's get back to the draft. All right, here we go. So let's go with I'm thinking Darius Robinson, I think.
Especially if you said that he has the ability to play
That's
three
what
tech.
he actually played defensive tackle at Missouri all 3 years until his last year. He played defensive end.
Okay.
So where are we at here? What I missed the last pick. So we got.
So we did 2 trade downs right now after these players. We have picks 36, 40, 56, and 67.
Oh, fantastic.
And we took Kingsley, the cousin of the Sewell brothers.
Okay.
So right now we're looking at potentially adding to defense.
Yes.
I think Darius Robinson is fine.
Yes.
Okay. I don't see any shouts in the chat for anyone else.
Darius Robinson, guys. Let's do it. We're going to get a shitload of picks in this draft, so let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot more names that just pop right back up. So
Nubin.
we can trade back down to 76 if we need to. Nubin is still there.
Nubin.
Zach Frazier is still there. When did we take Zach Frazier in the last draft? Was that 44?
44. At 44, we took him last time.
Okay. Yeah, I mean
that trade down with the Raiders and got 13 and 44, and we took him at 44. I'm taking Nubin
be available at 56, but yeah, it seemed like he was a good player that everyone in the chat liked, and
yes.
I like the idea of adding him here. I think.
Yes, I like Nubin.
Nubin's got a low RAS. I don't remember much out of their defensive play, Minnesota.
He was a stud this year. I think he's a top rank. Is he not the top ranked safety? I think he's the top ranked safety too.
That's weird. Why does he have such a low RAS?
I think he got hurt. He had a surgery of some sort. He had a surgery of some sort. I forgot what it was because he did not participate in the combine. He had some type of surgery.
Everyone's talking about the fucking fish and spaghetti sellers.
It's a polarizing topic. It's probably the most polarizing thing we've talked about since Fields. Williams.
What about fish and Jello?
Whoa, hold on. Jello?
Jello made out of fish broth. Yes.
Yeah, that's not from me. There was someone else that brought that one up.
That was Bearski.
Yes.
Yeah. We were like, what? That's a Polish dish.
Again, I think that sounds even more scary than
Thank you.
Catfish and spaghetti.
Thank you.
I don't know if I can
completely agree.
Doug Van Dorn and Cliff Victoria both say take Nubin here, so let's go with Nubin.
Okay, we're taking Nubin. I like it. I think that them stirring up their safety spot is a great idea in this trade down scenario,
especially when you're signing a free agent older gentleman that's.
Is my guy Van Pran still there?
Yes.
Ooh.
Now, our next pick is at 67, so we could roll the dice. As far as best players available, Leggett is somehow still here.
I don't know.
Chris Jenkins is good.
For me, it's between Leggett and Van Pran. I'll let you guys decide.
We're going to be picking again here at 67, though.
So we're gonna add Van Pran to MHJ.
Yeah, so we've taken MHJ.
We're gonna add another wide receiver to MHJ. Is my question?
Oh yeah, because Keenan Allen is only here for a year.
I don't know.
He's only here for a year.
It's true, but you'd have to pay these players, so you're almost taking the other wide receiver in hopes of trading him in the future.
Well, one is on a 5-year contract, one is on a 4-year contract.
True. Okay, so it's staggered by a year. That's true. I think that Van Pran here is just fine.
Yeah, because there are other receivers. And I don't know.
You could take kind of like a guy with a high RAS score, more of a project in the later rounds.
Yeah, let's try Van Pran here because Doug Van Dorn said Let's go with Van Pran. Let's go with Van Pran and see what we can do at this wide receiver position.
Van Pran has been selected as
What
far
we got
as
at
the
wide receiver?
remaining players.
Oh, Cliff, I love you. Just always talking food. Oh man.
Yeah, Cliff busted out the obvious, some lemon and garlic. Now that belongs on fish.
What do
Not
you
spaghetti.
guys think of what was it? Malachi Curley. He kind of reminds me of a DJ Moore.
He's right here. Hyper dense bowling ball. That I don't know if I like that explanation or description for a wide receiver.
Yeah, he's more of a run after the catch guy.
Is he a what's that guy from the Niners?
Oh, Debo Samuel.
Debo?
Yeah.
There is a Debo in this draft, I've heard. I forgot the player's name. I don't know if this is the player.
Wait, go up. Jetpack wearing juggernaut.
This has to be him then.
It is.
Brett Coleman, I think, is the one who I saw the comparison.
You know what? At 122, I might be inclined to take Brendan Rice. So I probably can wait on the receiver here. What other position of need do we have? Tight end. Is there? That's kind of early for a tight end, isn't it?
Yeah, Theo Johnson could absolutely be obtained in this draft if we have picks 75, 87, and 122.
What's the trade offer we got right now?
To go from 6, that's with Minnesota. I don't know if we want to do that.
Minnesota.
Hey, hold on. Look at that haul they giving us though. That's 3 quality players. I mean, 2 quality players for sure we can pick up.
I don't know. I still want to stick to the idea that this draft starts to have a steep drop off. So going from 67 to 108 could take you out of a really good player here.
But we still got 75 and 87.
That's very true. But in that same breath, we've already added so much talent. Do we need more? Yeah, this is where it gets scary for me, because imagine all of these players pan out. They all need to get re-signed, or something needs to happen. So I don't know if you need to
get put on the practice squad and reclaimed by someone else, right?
That's a good problem.
You have to find that perfect balance of getting enough good players to not having too many almost.
Well, I'm still
This
looking
would be
for
a scenario where like you could trade all of these for another good player that's not from the draft, but that's not.
Well, I'm looking for a one technique. I'm looking for another receiver. I can even go, you know what? I can even go with a running back right here. Because the guy out of Florida State, the speedster, Benson, is that his name? Benson?
I forgot his name, but I believe that player's gone.
Okay. Trey Benson, that's his name.
Benson?
Yeah, Trey Benson.
Am I allowed to search the actual? I don't think I can search the actual draft. The running back class doesn't have a lot of hype this year.
There it is, right there. Yeah, right there.
You got it. That makes so much sense after they got rid of. Yep. Oh, I cannot think of player names this year. Josh Jacobs today, anyway. So you're still thinking that we should go?
Because I think we need a one technique. We need another defensive end, possibly.
This Corley player is really starting to stand out to me, though.
He's a clone of DJ Moore to me. That's why I'm not really interested. I'm trying to go somebody taller.
Hyperdense bowling ball screams Deebo Samuel.
What else am I thinking about? I think we need you got to say. What about we need a cornerback as well?
Corner with a C?
Corner with a C as far as a backup. I mean, backup down the line. So not high priority, but we need a backup slot or a back.
I will tell you what, Mikey Sanders still is going to be amazing in the NFL.
I like him.
So if Mikey Sanders still can be obtained, but we've got so many picks coming up that I still think that we could get him. He would definitely maybe be there around 75.
See, I like him. Yeah, I like him. That's one who I actually had in mind.
I don't think anyone in the chat is really pounding the table. Corley is a gadget back.
Well, I think they still have plans for Valus Jones, and that's what I think Valus Jones' role is, kind of like a gadget guy.
Well, he's going to have his final say here in the NFL with how the kickoff rules changed. I feel like that's going to be what his last shot in the NFL, really.
I agree with that. I'm thinking about that trade, though. I'm thinking about that trade that what was it, Minnesota offered?
Yeah, so Minnesota is offering 108, 129, and 232, and a third next year for 67.
What do you think about that, Shorty? Huh? What? Huh? Let me.
Shorty's going to town on some catfish and spaghetti right now.
Let me slip into my Slim Jim. You on mute, Shorty.
Slim Jim sounds good.
Sorry. I was saying that I'm monitoring Foster tonight with the Slim Jim cigarette. Hey, how you guys doing today? Yeah. Sorry I'm late, guys.
Cliff, what are you saying no to? I'm trying to figure out what Cliff is saying no to.
Yeah, it feels like Cliff is denying the in-division trade here.
Okay. All right. So what, Sannett then? Is that who we're going to go with? This tight end? Yeah. Sannett, is that his name? Sannett?
No, I thought we were going with the safety.
We already picked up the safety.
We already took a safety. We took Tyler Nubin out of Minnesota.
Yes. So Sannett?
Well, Shorty likes Marshawn Kneeland.
I do like Marshawn Kneeland here, but did we get it? We already have Chop Robinson, but we can't add too many defensive linemen, right?
Well, we only truly have a few.
Chop and Darius Robinson apparently is a 3-tech.
Darius is more of a 3 technique. Could be.
Yeah.
Oh, no to my trade down. Okay. All right. I got you, Cliff. So Cliff don't want to trade down. So let's go with Sannett.
Sannett. Yeah, I mean, this player definitely looks like he could replace Everett, especially if he's more of a
receiving. He's more an inline tight end, I thought, because
compact frame, fleet-footed.
Because he played Kansas State. I thought he was more of an inline tight end because I actually me personally, I like Stover over Sannett. I prefer Stover, but I'm willing to compromise.
Cade Stover out of Ohio State.
You know how I feel about Theo Johnson.
Theo's going to be there. So
yeah,
if we're targeting Theo as the tight end, and what we've taken so far is 2 defensive linemen, we've taken a tackle, a safety, and a center.
Man, that draft looking good. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's looking good.
It's stacked.
Yeah. Well, we're in the NFC Championship game right now. You could go
to the wall and take Marshawn Kneeland here, really have another great edge rusher. And now you're just going BPA the rest of the draft.
Well, actually,
I was doubling down on edge rusher.
I was thinking of Kneeland at number 75. Is that what we got? Yeah, it's number 75. That's why I was going to get Kneeland at.
He's not going to be there at 75. Wait, who's going after us? Who's after us?
Patriots, Chargers, Giants, Cardinals, Jets, Lions, and Falcons.
I don't trust the Lions.
Correct.
I don't know, man. You could double down on edge in this draft, and
something's telling me that Marshawn Kneeland would put the defense in such they'd be so rich. I don't know how to say.
I agree. They'd be like the Slim Jim.
Spoiled for choice.
Yeah, let's trade that with Minnesota. I want to trade that with Minnesota.
Okay.
I'm going balls to the walls.
The man gets what he wants. We will accept the trade. I wonder who they're going to take.
This is your draft, PJ.
This is my draft. All right. Okay, now.
Bullard out of Georgia.
Oh, Nealon did get taken by the Lions.
Fucking lie. I knew it.
Jordy
Who's
called.
defensive end for me?
Wow.
See, who do we have a defensive end available?
Austin Booker is an edge.
Jonah Ellis is pretty decent. We can try. I mean,
That's Walt's guy.
we probably can target him later.
Tavondre Sweat's still here, so this could be your roll of the dice.
He's too big, I think.
He's
and plus he got that DUI, right?
yeah. He's too big.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once you're too big, it doesn't matter if you had a DUI.
Well, yeah. I'm just looking at all other scenarios with why not to.
It's like damn near 400 pounds.
I'm thinking about some note here.
Yeah, we're at pick 75, and he's graded as a
60. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go some note here.
You got it.
All right.
I think I just saw something bad. Yeah, wasn't paying attention. So Mikey Sanders still going at 84 would be insane.
That's who I forgot about him.
Yeah. It's a shame you can't like highlight players on like your big board or something.
Man,
yeah, that's a miss.
That's who I was.
So much better to have Sanders still. That's okay though.
All right.
So we're picking before the Packers here. You want your running back? I can't believe Blake Corum is here, but
oh no, I don't want.
Do we need a starting running back? I don't think so.
No, at this point,
that's our Roshan.
Yeah, I'm not looking.
Blake Corum.
I mean, he's the equivalent of that back for us, isn't he?
Similar. I mean, I think that Blake Corum will have a good career. I would look out for the Chargers to try and take him just because of the fit with Harbaugh. But I think he needs to be in a system as well.
You're going to watch Blake Corum go to the Packers here, one of those next two picks.
Really hurting for.
Now, the Packers retained the other running back that they had last year, right? Quadzilla.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man,
yes.
The way my brain I've done that so many times, it's startling to me. I can't think of any
Dillon.
names. Yeah, AJ Dillon. I do not think that they would take Blake Corum at 88.
AJ Dillon's contract's coming up.
I'm not a big fan of Corum anyway. I know you are, being a Michigan guy, but
yeah. What do you dislike about Blake Corum specifically?
Height, and speed.
Yeah, there's a player I adored out of Michigan. Mike Hart.
Sorry, go ahead.
Just a while back, Mike Hart was a really good running back for Michigan. Got drafted, I think, to the Colts, and he just didn't ever pan out. So sometimes it is more about the system. But I think Blake Corum has some good measurables. I think that he'll end up being a good player.
I just think if you're going to go running back at this point, you want speed. Speed.
I agree, definitely.
To address Doug Van Dorn, your Karen, we already picked up Kingsley, so I don't think we're going to get another offensive tackle here.
Well, this Kieran guy could be your project, because I'm assuming we'd want. I don't know if Kingsley would be a day one starter over Braxton. Definitely not Darnell Wright.
Yeah.
This is Kieran 6'5", though. He probably has no ability to play anywhere else but tackle. No, was a full-time starter at right guard and has positional versatility. Well, this is definitely what the Bears value. They like when their offensive linemen have the positional value. It's just that I agree with what Shorty said. I don't know if you want a 6'5" guard. Tevin Jenkins is no slouch, though. He's big.
He's 6'6".
Yeah.
Well, it feels like Kieran, the chat likes Kieran. I think Kieran would be just fine.
Let's go with Kieran.
Let's go with Kieran. Everyone's saying get Kieran here.
All right. 108. What receivers we got available? I like Javon Baker. Is he still there?
So it's possible that the Packers could have taken that tackle right because they took a tackle right after. Blake Corum went to the Chiefs. Wow, that'd be a crazy fit. So we're looking at wide receivers.
Isn't he a Isn't he a clone of the guy they already have? What's his name? Number 10.
Are you referring
Chiefs?
to
The Chiefs? Yeah.
Oh, no, there's something about I can't think of names, man. Isaiah Pacheco.
He's like
Isaiah
Pacheco is, yeah.
As Isaiah Pacheco is just, there's something, I don't want to say wrong on the head, but he's got something where he just lights it up. He's crazy physical. I don't think Blake Corum has that in him. So we're looking at Malik Washington, Rice,
I like Brendan Rice. I like Brendan Rice.
Oh, you know what I think about Luke McCaffrey?
I like Brendan Rice.
Adding the USC wide receivers in this exercise because, unfortunately, in this scenario, Justin Fields is the quarterback of the Bears.
But I still like Brendan Rice.
Okay. Do we want to take Brendan Rice over Luke McCaffrey?
Yeah, because he's bigger. Because he's bigger. 6'3".
We have Marvin Harrison Jr. right now.
I agree with whoever's saying Baker. Baker is very physical and an alpha at the point of catch. Great feet too. Doesn't have top speed and is a little older, but he's a great prospect. I like that. I like Baker. I do like Baker. Which Baker? Oh wait, whoa, hold on. Which Baker are we talking about? I was talking about Javon Baker. Receiver.
J2K.
Yeah.
Oh, he's referring to someone in the chat. I'm sorry. Baker's physical alpha.
Yeah. I think he started off his career at Georgia and then transferred to UCF. Yeah, Javon Baker. Yeah, Javon Baker. What they got him ranked at underneath receivers?
Javon Baker. He might already be gone.
No.
I think I just saw it. Go up. A little bit more.
If I search Baker.
Oh, okay.
This is the only Baker that's coming up.
Okay. Wow, they already took him? Oh, he just got picked right there. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Rice is a Caleb's guy. I feel like the Bears could end up with I can't pronounce I don't know his first name, but Rice for sure. Brendan. Yeah.
I'm going with Brendan here.
You really think so?
Yeah, I go with Brendan. Because him and Marvin Harrison Jr., both being sons of Hall of Famers, they'll be able to gel and be able to work together.
Okay, I see the vision. I do see it. We will take Brendan Rice. We are adding to our copious amounts of draft picks. Minnesota wants to go back to the well one more time. Unbelievable.
No, I'm done with him. I'm looking at a quarterback. Is my guy Jordan Travis there?
No.
From
he just went at 119 to the Steelers, which is crazy.
Okay. Why do you go to the Steelers, PJ?
Because they know I like him.
Because they
don't have Fields, I guess. So he is Fields in this scenario.
I still need a one technique, and I'm thinking about a one technique as well as possibly a linebacker, because I heard rumors that what they talk about may move on from Edmonds pretty soon.
Eichenberg.
Yeah, it pains me to say as a Michigan guy, Eichenberg is a good player. 175 though. Okay. We've got picks coming up at 129, 232.
So we're only 7 picks away. So it's really kind of. I almost. If you want to, there you go, right there. Tavondre Sweat, my man.
I actually like Jordan Jefferson. I actually like him as a one technique as well, but that's kind of high for him. He's 137.
Just a little bit. I mean, we're spoiled for choice here. I don't even
Yeah.
think the Bears can reach in this scenario. They've literally added almost across the board.
Right.
So,
And outside of Jordan Jefferson, then I'm looking at another position cornerback. I don't know if we have any cornerbacks that's even worthy now, because I messed that up not going after.
Sanders still.
Yeah. Dang. Who did we pick up?
I think we took Ben Sanut or
yeah.
Kieran, one of those two instead of Mikey Sanders still.
Kyrie Jackson's a nice pick here.
Who?
Jackson at safety.
A cornerback.
Or a cornerback, sorry.
6'3". I'm looking for more of a slot corner.
Elijah Jones is a good prospect.
I think Elijah Jones, what position is he?
Cornerback.
He's your
6'1",
6'1", $185 slot.
Let's go with him. I trust J2K.
Let's do it.
All right.
Now, Jordan Jefferson.
Oh, Devondre Sweat's still there, man.
I think he's too big for what the Bears want to do.
You want a nose though?
There's just so much talent. It's just that I think he's falling, of course, because there's including whatever happened with his DUI.
DUI.
360, man.
But the Bears passed on Jaylen Carter for the exact reason. Exact same reason.
But he's 93. We're picking at 129 right now.
Yeah, 360 though, bro. Remember what he's believing, guys running to the ball. So I think physical wise, he won't do it. All right, I think that I got to go. Jordan Jefferson's my guy.
He's still a big kid too, but if you're gonna have pound the table for this, I don't see why not.
Well, I'm using him as a rotational piece with Billings.
Yeah. There's really no one else the Bears have that can spell him.
Yep.
Wow, look at all these picks going ahead of us now.
Oh,
this is a lot. This is a lot of catfish and spaghetti right there. Okay. Come on, is my man still there? Is Luke McCaffrey still there?
Luke McCaffrey? No, I think he's 155, right? So he's long gone.
Damn it.
I don't know who we got to get here now.
Now you're like just best player available at this point.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But we don't
safety, tight end. I'll tell you what. We already took a center here?
Yeah, we already got Van Pran. Yeah.
I think that any offensive lineman you take from Michigan could have a very good NFL career. They were that good. Drake Nugent would be just fine, but we already have center.
He's kind of short though.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
6'1".
What do I want to say? How tall is Kelsey? Because I feel like all those centers can be short, and that's why they play center. But that doesn't mean much if they're a good player.
What do you think about? Let's look at. Can you read the write up, if any, on Dominic Hampton? Because my guy J2K is 946 rash.
Super seniors at 6'2", 220. That's like the super prototypical NFL size.
Mm-hmm.
Highly competitive at the catch point and as a tackler.
Oh, special teams player.
Sold.
Punt returner. Gunner.
Sold.
You
got it on the table. Hold on.
There we go.
Jason Kelsey's 6'3", by the way, so he is a bit taller. Okay. So again, for everyone who's just tuning in, this scenario is with Justin Fields as the starting quarterback of the Chicago Bears. The Bears not only traded back from 1 to 2, they traded again from 2 to 3, and this is your draft.
Scroll up a little bit so I can take a screenshot of that. Center that. Yeah, there you go.
Only thing I'm saying is Super Bowl bound with that draft right there. And here's the thing.
That window would be.
We have 3 first-round draft picks next year.
Not wrong.
I'm trying to tell you guys, and that's right there. Ty is my whole argument. This is my argument. This is my argument right here.
But if Fields can't progress past one of your three starting very good wide receivers, the Bears would still have Keenan Allen in this scenario, of course, right?
Yeah.
I don't see why they wouldn't. So
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's what I'm saying. I mean, if he didn't work out, okay, move on next year.
You'd have to hope that Chop Robinson's a good edge.
Yep.
Seems stacked all around. You're adding 2 wide receivers. Is it just 1 edge? Yeah, so we actually added, is it just 2 tackles or 3?
So that's
2 defensive tackles.
Yeah, that's 12.
Well, actually, Robinson can actually play 2. I mean, can play the 3 technique as well as the defensive end, kind of like.
Well, the Bears would DeMarcus Walker, Dexter.
Huh?
Okay. No, yeah, you are right. Gervon Dexter, he can, and I think he even did have some outside edge snaps last year.
Yes.
So that's 12 picks, 3 first-round picks next year, 3 second-round picks next year, and 3 third-round picks next year total. If we keep Justin.
Only thing I'm saying is, can y'all crown me now? Can you just crown me? That's all I'm saying. Can you crown me?
Can I pull you?
Oh.
I got my finger on the button, dude.
Ooh.
Yeah, this trade from the Patriots would be so irresponsible for them to take Drake May and give us Harrison. We get a starting tackle, and we get a first and a third just to move 1 spot.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous. You'd have to take
that. Would never happen.
But you would have to take it if it was offered.
You'd have to.
Absolutely.
I rest my case.
Absolutely.
I rest my case. All right, let's go to the next one where we trade the pick, but we don't have Justin. We're trading the pick, but we still need a quarterback.
So who do you guys thinking about at quarterback then for this next one?
I have my answer. If you go through the archives of my videos, you'll see back on my sign, I had a very good idea a while ago. Unfortunately, the NFL, in the second or third round, but somehow JJ McCarthy is now a top 5 pick potentially. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, same here. It would be JJ for me if we're trading the Caleb pick. I don't want May. I don't want Daniels. I'd rather have JJ, homegrown kid.
For me, it's
something
between
about
JJ and Jaylen now. It's between those two. I can't really say I'm decided on either one of them.
Jaden Daniels just terrifies me, man. He has such a good wide receiver core, and that's why I think he had all that success.
All right. Let's start it. Let's get it started.
Atmos saying next draft, Fields is gone. We riding Bagent.
It can't happen. We just did that. It'd be the same exercise except Bagent instead of Fields. Okay.
I'm saying I tend to agree that McCarthy appeals me more than May or Daniels. Same here, buddy.
I think that Drake May can still be a good quarterback. He's got the physical attributes, but something about Jaden Daniels, he just has flop written on him. And I'm sure I'll get exposed for a freezing cold take. But
is it that bursitis elbow that he has that makes his arm look like it's alien? Like it's like
I'll be honest, I didn't even see that. I only saw an edit of it, and the edit was disgusting. But for that to even be semi close to what is actually happening, it's weird. But me and PJ talked about, I think when you stepped away earlier, he has multiple highlights or lowlights where he goes soft over the top to extend for a first down, and he just gets blown out of the water.
Yeah,
you get whacked.
He drops the ball where they're having to go behind themselves to catch it rather than over.
If he takes one of those hits in the NFL, he could be done for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Last mock.
Last mock. Let's do it.
All right.
Take it.
We're taking that one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that has to be the trade. Nothing crazy from anyone.
Take it. Take it.
Except Washington.
All right. So this is the final mock. This is where we
take it.
We don't have Justin, but we trade the first pick to Washington.
You got to take the Patriots pick too.
The only offer we have here in this scenario is Arizona 427 and 35 just to move down 2 spots. Why would they want to move up? But I
Marvin
think
Harrison Jr.
Instead of the Bears getting him. Yeah, so who is the quarterback? Did we decide on that? Do we want to see if we can get McCarthy?
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, we're going with McCarthy. Yeah.
For me, what about you in chat? What's your quarterback right here? Do you want McCarthy? You want Daniels? You want May?
Fields is off the roster in this scenario.
Yes.
This is essentially present day.
Yes, this is if we trade the pick without Justin Fields, and now we're sitting here at number 2.
We trade back with Pittsburgh on draft night. But yeah, essentially.
Man, if that happens, PJ, if the Steelers and Bears do a draft day trade to return Justin Fields, I will cook you a year's supply of spaghetti and catfish.
Catfish.
Y'all heard it here, y'all. Y'all heard it here. He'll cook me a year's supply.
That's
so far we have 2 in chat saying McCaffrey.
Yeah, I think. Well, J2K does say Daniels is the most pro-ready quarterback. JJ has a solid floor. Trade to number 4 and take JJ. That's what I'm saying.
That's an interesting comment. Daniels being touted as most pro-ready. I think he had the most pro talent around him, which
he comes from a pro-ready offense too.
Sure.
I mean, what's his name? Kelly, is that the head coach? LSU?
I think it was. Oh yeah. Someone just went to Ohio State to be the offensive coordinator. I can't remember. I don't know if that was Chip Kelly or someone else.
Oh, Chip Kelly went somewhere. I forgot where he went. He went somewhere.
Leonidas saying it would be a very Bears thing to do to take back a 3-year bust that can't throw. Jeez.
Chip Kelly was the head coach at UCLA, and now Chip Kelly went to Ohio State. Okay, so it sounds like what we want to do is trade down one more time with Arizona to get this crazy haul.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for us to hopefully, oh man, that is
wow. Only thing I'm saying is in this scenario, you can quite possibly get JJ McCarthy and Marvin Harrison Jr.
Do we want to risk it? It might be fun.
With what, a trade?
Yeah, so somehow the board fell to allow us to still take Marvin Harrison and Jaden Daniels. Look at the quarterbacks. Jaden Daniels is still on the board, and that'd be it.
You got to trade up though. I don't know how you can trade up in these things, but you would have to trade up.
I could propose a trade right now before we make the selection at 4. So what team do we think would be the biggest risk to take both Daniels and McCarthy? Assuming McCarthy.
New York. See if you can trade it with New York.
Okay, so we're going to propose a trade with New York. If I could find the New York Football Giants. Is it by division? Why can't I find them? Oh, right here. Okay.
Cliff's
so we want to give up 9 to take 6. And what else would we give up?
We can give up next year's second.
Oh, let's give up 36.
Huh?
Try 36, see if they accept it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'd even start with 40, but yeah, let's try with 36. It looks like oh no, we're confirming the proposal.
Well, they accepted it.
Accepted. Okay, so at this point, it feels like what we're gonna do.
We gotta take Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, it literally guarantees us one of Daniels or
yeah.
Ooh,
Cardinals will take Marvin Harrison before they'll take JJ. So let's go Marvin Harrison.
Yes. Good point.
We draft Marvin Harrison Jr. They took Olu. We could trade down if we wanted to, but in my opinion, this is where we probably take McCarthy here.
Yeah.
You can't risk the quarterback here.
Okay, we take McCarthy here at pick 6. And at 27, do we get something like a Kool-Aid? Chop Robinson.
We got Jackson Powers there. Is there what's at the edge there?
Wow. Fell off to Darius Robinson, who we took on the last draft. But this could be a problem. The edges could dry up very fast because there's not too many elite ones.
Wow, Chop went at 17. Who went before? Oh, Jared Verse.
Oh, man.
Dallas Turner fell to 12.
People are claiming they want JPJ, man. They want JPJ.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see why not.
Yep,
I agree.
JPJ is it? That's who it is.
Everyone's saying JPJ. Now we got the center for the quarterback. We got the wide receiver for the quarterback.
All right.
We
35.
go back to the well with our Kingsley, but that would be 4 offensive picks. That just feels wrong.
Where is Trice offered to or projected to go? Trice, defensive end.
Braylon Trice at 59. So we have the facilities.
We have 40.
40 or 67.
So he don't need to go here. What are our trade offers?
I think the only offer we have is to give up 35 and 122 for 76 and a first. Wow, a 2025 first. That feels weird. Yeah, I don't know if this is good enough, though, and I don't know if I like it.
No, I don't like it either. So, Cliff says Darius Robinson here. Darius Robinson here.
So the edge that we took last time.
Yeah. I don't know. I personally like Adiza Isaac. I like him, but I don't like him as a starter. Seems like whatever guy we pick here, they're going to have to be a starter of some sort.
Maybe. I think you do need a starter, but it's getting to that point where
but I do
don't
like
have
Isaac.
very many options.
Yeah, I do like Isaac though. I'm not gonna lie. I do like Isaac.
Marshawn Leland.
Nealand?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Oh,
he could be your edge that we take at pick 40 or 67.
How about doubling down at 40 and 67 with Isaac and then Nealand?
Okay, so we'd have to slide. What would the pick here at 35 be?
At 35, I'm up for any. I mean, I'm open. But
we could go back to the well with Kingsley.
But it seems like people like Karen better. I mean, I'm like I told you before. I am a fan of Kingsley. I like Kingsley. I think he can be a starter.
I think that Kieran might be better in this scenario because you don't want to have 2 rookie offensive linemen, in my opinion.
Right. So, anybody, any in the chat?
Wow, Zach Frazier's still here too.
Oh yeah, we can't get Zach Frazier.
Shoestring fries are underrated, Doug. Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. JTK says that Kingsley over Karen, but he does like both. So did we take Kingsley or no?
We haven't taken definitely him, right? Drafted Kingsley. Okay. I think potentially in our first draft, if not last draft. Last draft is already a wash in my brain because of how many picks there were.
Okay, let's go. I will say let's go with Kingsley. Then let's go back-to-back defensive ends.
So Kingsley, I thought was the player that we were saying he's like the starter. I like the back-to-back defensive ends. It's just, are we going to see either Isaac? We should see Nealand at 40 and 67.
Isaac at 40, I believe.
You think so? So you're thinking we take the elite, or I guess the better offensive tackle prospect here at 35?
Well, we do need a starter.
At tackle or at your edge? Yeah, it almost feels like maybe you'd, I guess, play it safe and you could call it a reach and take the starter now, whether that's Isaac or if you felt like Darius Robinson would be good.
Yeah,
it convinced me that Darius Robinson would kind of be more of like a
3-tech
interchangeable piece between your edge and 3-tech.
Yeah, he can do both. So let's go with that because we didn't do Isaac last time. Let's go with Isaac.
Yeah, I like it. Let's take Isaac here.
Oh, okay. You guys want to go guard next?
No, we're gonna go try to go that tackle next.
Oh, okay.
So BB's still here at 48. Let me make the pick with Isaac first, and let's go from there. Okay.
So Kingsley right before us. Oh.
Lad McConkey at 36 feels like a realistic pick, and that'd be good for them. So there's your Trey Benson as well. He ended up going mid-second. No, high second. This is pick 30.
Yes.
Okay. So same thing. Packers are right behind us in this, so we don't want to let this player go to the Packers. We're still thinking maybe. So Shorty just mentioned guard, and I've heard a lot of Cooper Beebe hype.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice size right there. Nice Raz.
Hyper dense.
Elite math.
Heavy-handed blocker.
Uh-huh.
Isn't him
defenders?
So you combining him and JPJ because we have JPJ.
Yeah, next to each other. I don't know. Something doesn't sit right with me about starting them both.
Yeah.
BB isn't athletic enough. Okay.
We do run a zone scheme, and athleticism is important.
True.
That's why I liked Jackson Powers Johnson. He feels like the only knock I've ever heard on JPJ is his injury history.
Mm-hmm.
Which that could blow up on the Bears' face if they took him in this scenario, right? You could have him have injury history or issues, and then Tevin Jenkins has his issues. So that could end bad. So that if I follow what I'm saying, Cooper Beebe might be a good player here.
Wait, what was our last pick?
Our last pick was Isaac.
Edge, right?
We got our starting edge, yeah.
What about Orahoro?
Rook? What position is he?
The defensive tackle.
Defensive tackle? So a 3 technique or what? Is it a 3 technique? Yeah, he's a 3 technique.
Yeah.
Actually, so the problem I have with taking him in the second round is if you got Dexter already as your 3 technique, now you're drafting another 3 technique in the second round who's strictly a 3 technique. What are you doing with Dexter? I mean, you're just going to have them to rotate or what?
Well, the question is what's going to happen with the other tackle that we took last year?
Pickens.
Zach Pickens.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I don't think it'd be smart to just throw him in to the fire.
Is he better than Pickens?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you're going to have what 3 young guys essentially can play the same position. That'd be kind of where when we did Robinson in our last mock, he can actually be able to play edge as well as 3 technique. Rook, I think, is just a 3 technique. I think that's all he is.
Yeah, that's what it said at least.
What about safety?
Yeah, so we could go back to the well with Nubin, who we got in our last draft.
Yeah, Raging was asking, did we draft a safety yet?
Well, I want to try somebody different. You guys want to try Cameron Kitchens? I mean, later.
Why does Tyler Nubin remind me of Mike Brown? Is it the school? Is it the height, weight? I don't know. What is it?
Mike Brown went to Minnesota.
Mike Brown did not go to Minnesota.
Oh,
Mike Brown was not 6'1". Mike Brown was a ball hawk. I heard Nubin was kind of a ball hawk. That's the only similarities.
What was Mike Brown's height? 6 foot?
Yeah, I thought he was a shorter guy. I don't think he was that tall.
He was about 205 though.
I heard Urlacher nicknamed him Mad Mike. He was great. It's frustrating. I don't want to start ranting about Super Bowl 41, but my God, if they had Mike Brown and Tommy Harris, I think that offsets Grossman. I think they still win that.
Solid muscle. I remember being at the Bears training camp one year with my nephew and my brother and whatnot, and how you see the players afterwards. This guy standing at a resting position, stomach muscles was just I'm like, dang, golly, I had to flex to have my stomach muscles show like his. It was like he was at a resting position. I'm like, dang.
So Nubin, of course, is 6'1", 205. According to Pro Football Reference, Mike Brown was 5'10", 207.
Yes, I thought he was shorter. Yeah.
Okay.
But he was still just as strong.
But I bet you Mike Brown's Raz score would have been similar.
Potentially. Sure. Energetic,
Nebraska.
twitched up lateral mover.
Nebraska.
Let me look at the beast real quick. I wanted to see where he was at. So are we thinking that Nubin could be our pick?
J2K saying he won't test well, but he's always around the ball. That's a Mike Brown for you.
Yeah. I like Nubin, but only reason why I'm not trying to take him here is because if we did it last draft. That's all. I mean, that's the only thing I have against it right now. I mean, in real life, yes, Nubin would be my guy for real.
Cliff saying, seriously, if you guys want some great $7 each half-pound Wagyu patties, Snake River Farms is a place to order. I bought a few of them and stocked up after trying them.
Wait, that's not a paid-for ad. Cliff.
I love you, Cliff.
Is this paid promotion?
Dude, we were doing a show, I don't know, a year ago. And it was like, I looked up, it was 12:05. Oh, it's 12 o'clock a.m. And it was 12:05 a.m. at the time. And Cliff says, I just put a meatloaf in the oven. We're like, what the fuck are you? I had to like pause the show. Like, what are you talking about?
And ever since then, we've been talking about food, man.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Cliff. And ever since then, I've been eating great food with Cliff every time I see him, man. I appreciate it.
I am not sponsored by SNF. Thank you. That's important.
Love you, Cliff. Love you, man.
Like
Alan,
I said, I'm good with whatever you guys want to go. My only desire is that we address safety at some point, address another defensive end, and possibly another wide receiver, and a one technique.
Well, let me read from you real quick from the Beast. I've been mentioning the Beast and haven't really done much with it. So Dane Brugler writes that Nubin overall has conservative tendencies in coverage, but he's a 4-down player with a coveted skill set because of his split field range, playmaking instincts, and toughness versus the run. That sounds like Mike Brown. He's ideally suited for quarters-based, cover 2 scheme in the NFL and will be a core special teamer.
Draft him.
He's the guy. Like I said, I mean, only hang up was, we drafted him last time, but it's all good. We can do it. Let's go.
I love safeties out of Minnesota and Nebraska.
Only one trade off
there. We're at 67 here. So PJ, what were you saying the other positions we need to address are? Another edge?
A one technique, a 3 technique, probably another edge. What about Sandstrom? What is he still there? Sandstrom?
No, we haven't talked anything about Chris Jenkins, aka Mutant.
Well, apparently, if he's from Michigan, you want him.
Well,
I would love that. I would absolutely love, and we have JJ McCarthy in this scenario, so let's add some more.
You're like, let's just keep drafting Michigan players.
The championship-winning Michigan Wolverines.
3 technique, 1 technique, an edge, a cornerback, a tight end, and another wide receiver. That's 6 players I'm counting.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute.
I see a lot of Michigan.
Oh, we don't have a tackle. We need it. So we got to target what's his name? Karen, we got to tackle him.
Destroyer, thanks for joining us. Good to see you. Cheers. Bear down.
Do we want to go Kieran at 67 or 75?
What is his rank? Oh, 91.
He's ranked 91.
I'm thinking 75. If there's a good enough trade offer, I would trade down here to try to get some more picks. Nope.
Minnesota's the only team that ever wants to trade with us.
in this scenario, right?
That's correct.
Raging pointing out that we do need a punt returner, kick returner who was a wide receiver 4.
Punt returner, yeah, we can't trust Velus Jones with that anymore.
We just
kick returner is going to be Velus. Yeah, and that was such a wasted roster spot. You needed to draft a player who can actually provide value as well.
Yeah.
So I don't think Mikey Sanders still can return punts.
Is this Where's that bowling ball of a player?
Oh,
the wide receiver.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, him. Okay, yeah.
He's from Bowling Green. I forgot the name.
No, he's from Western Kentucky.
No, you're right. Yes.
Curly is his name. Look like he's gone.
Wow,
these things are so unrealistic. Yeah. The thing, Bearsky Films, a lot of teams, their boards will look different. So a lot of players or a lot of people would have said, oh, there's no way Tyler Scott or Roshan Johnson fall to 4 last year. But things happen.
Yeah.
Cliff Victoria saying McCarthy could use Sanote. Oops, where did I miss it? There you go.
Do you guys like Sanote more than Stover?
As far as like specifically a tight end?
Yeah.
My tight end is Theo Johnson. Sorry.
Cade Stover did not stand out to me at Ohio State. I don't really know too much about Ben Sanote, but according to what I'm reading and what this RAS score shows, this Ben guy looks like he could be a good player.
Kind of short though.
6'3".
Yeah. I like my my tight ends being 6'4", 6'5". But it's not a deal breaker, don't get me wrong.
I mean, I would rather get Theo Johnson.
Okay. We can get him at 120.
That is a very really realistic possibility. We still got 3 cracks at it.
Who was my guy last year from the
Washington?
Yeah.
How you forget your guy, man? Come on now.
Because he's irrelevant now. Forgot his first name. What's his first name?
Malik? Was it Malik Washington?
No, Washington out of Georgia last year, guys. Help me out. He was my guy in last year's draft. The Steelers took him.
Yeah, the Steelers.
Oh, the huge guy?
Yeah.
The Steelers.
He's not irrelevant. I think that he's essentially like a swing tackle. He's like a reincarnation of Mercedes Lewis, but he's bigger somehow.
He is.
Yeah.
I wanted that player real bad too. He's fine.
Steelers taking all the good players.
I know.
Anytime he's pounding the table for Ben, so not.
Yeah. Darnell Washington, thank you. 7 catches last year.
See,
it sounds like Mercedes Lewis, man.
See, that's the difference between me and Shorty. Shorty don't really love his guys, whereas I actually do love the guys I like.
Oh, because I couldn't remember his name?
Exactly.
Oh. That's it. That's it, Pete.
20 years from now. He said, that's it? You take yourself? You took yourself.
I'm pulling myself. Oh,
20 years from now, I'm going to be talking about Justin Fields.
That's it, PJ. Enough of you. I just pulled myself.
I'll show you.
So what do you guys want here? You guys want Sanote then?
Theo Johnson, according to the Beast, is rated really high, and he's rated low on the simulation here. He's only 130. But
I'd rather
see what Shorty likes him.
I want Johnson, but I want him at 122. I think at 67 we're reaching.
Okay.
He has inconsistent college tape and production, but has A+ measurables and a smooth athletic tools that could allow him to develop and become a better pro than college player.
All of his measurables are the exact same as Jimmy Graham.
Okay, at 130, 122.
Yeah, if he's considered your project and you've already got 2 starting tight ends, that sounds like the perfect player for the Bears in this scenario.
Right. Not at 67 though. Let's wait till
I agree.
122.
So do we want to mess around and miss on Mike Stainer still again? Do we need a cornerback here?
Well, I'm thinking because we only got 3 picks left, and
yeah,
I'm of the belief we need a tackle, a defensive tackle, as well as an offensive tackle.
Well, if you want a defensive tackle, let me tell you something.
let him tell you something about Chris Jenkins from Michigan.
His nickname is the Mutant Man. I think this is, again, kind of like a Blake Corum. He might not be the most superstar All-Pro Hall of Famer, but he's going to be a very good player for you. And his dad was really good for the Panthers.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Is he a 1 or a 2 though? I mean, a 1 or a 3 technique.
It looks more like a 3 to me.
Yes.
Now, only problem I have with that, if he's a 3 technique, again, Flus likes the taller 3 techniques.
That's why you go Tavondre. You take a chance on Tavondre Sweat at 75, and you go Theo Johnson at 122. 67 here, you go with offensive.
You go with who?
Offensive tackle. Who's here? Who's left it up at offensive tackle?
That Karen guy.
Oh,
You have to be Kieran.
Oh,
So Kieran's going to be gone. So is this where we take Kieran? 75 go the tight end just to play it safe?
Let's look at Rosengarten compared to Kieran.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Springy athlete with
lateral
rare
mobility, stay
short
square with
areas.
brushers. Lateral mobility is what we need. What does Kieran have here? It's 919 RAS, 6'5", 308. 6'5", 325.
So Kieran feels like the perfect project as far as like a human being. He's like massive and has the tools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The beast has, where is Kieran as the 12th best tackle, and then we're debating with Roger's the 10th.
I'm thinking Karen to be there at 75. So
according to the beast, Roger even has a potential 2nd round grade.
Yeah. I'm thinking Kieran to be there at 75. At 67, we might need a defensive tackle or / defensive end. No, tackle, because we have Jenkins. Can you just pull up all the defensive tackles?
Yeah, so after Chris Jenkins, it drops down. I don't know. I'm definitely one with my Michigan bias to bang the table for Chris Jenkins.
I could do that.
Is he quick off the ball?
Yeah, I think I even saw him get like an interception or something too. So he's got the long speed. If you were talking about Flus wants his players to get in transition, not just quit after the snap of the ball there. So Chris Jenkins is going to be a good player.
Okay.
Let's do it. I'm down with
it.
All right.
You got it. Okay, so another instance where Javon Bullard goes right before the Bears. And we want to make sure that we've got the tight end available, which we absolutely should. Ooh, Blake Corum's still available too. Theo Johnson's still available. Might be able to risk it.
Listen. Blake Corum is out of the question. Stop going to.
I just see his name. I don't think the Bears should draft him unless something crazy happens. I got you.
Ooh,
so we're thinking at 75, probably the best possible tackle.
Yeah, Kieran.
I love it.
Ooh,
Kieran, I think, would be great here.
Let's do it. I like it.
You got it. And then survey says, are we going to get the roll of the dice and see our tight end?
No.
Yes. Theo Johnson.
Yeah. Theo Johnson is right there.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's your draft.
You have your draft.
I ain't going to say who had the best draft tonight. They're the best scenario there. I'm not going to say, Shorty.
What's that?
I'm not going to say who had the best scenario in the draft there.
We're going to find out.
Well, in that middle draft there, you could have Fields get benched for Bagent, and you'd still have.
It's a possibility.
Still have a good roster.
It's a possibility. Because if you really notice, I mean, my thing is getting the haul. And although I personally think Fields can, I mean, if he doesn't, secret Bagent, man. Come on down.
Well, all those picks from the haul, I don't know how the Bears did this already, but they're more than likely not going to turn into the first overall pick. So you've got to go with your superstar. And if you think it's Caleb, which it seems like it has to be, it is what it is.
I mean, it's tempting, I guess, for you guys, not for me. It's a done deal for me where I would stand.
All right, let's make a comparison here. Hold on.
You want me to stop sharing the screen?
Yeah, we can do that. So
Okay.
now I'm gonna take this. Let's see, where is it? This one. That is, yeah, this is okay.
Durless. Yeah, we've Alan Pena mentions Durless. Yeah, I forgot to look at him during our time.
All right, so we're gonna pull up the different scenarios with keeping the pick and drafting Caleb and then trading the pick. So this will be scenario 1, which is both. Let me just download this and I will pull it up.
J2K. I thought you and I was friends, man. How you gonna say the first draft was the best draft?
Oh. All right, so it'll just be a second here, and we'll pull it up. All right, so here's the first scenario where we let's see, all right, so this is the first one where the first draft was the top draft is where we drafted Caleb Williams.
Mm-hmm.
The second draft below it was where we traded the pick and still took a quarterback. This is the scenario without Justin Fields, the current scenario.
Right.
So you can see we went from 6 picks to 8 picks. Oh, sorry, 7 picks to 8 picks, and then then next year we have 2 firsts, 2 seconds because of the Panthers trade, and we have 2 fourths.
Yeah, I'm looking at the first one. I'm disappointed in not really. I mean, Luke McCaffrey is okay, but I was really wanting more bang for my buck per se.
I forgot how much value that first draft was, though. We got a starting edge, a starting center, a good project tackle, a potentially good project wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got our Swiss Army knife, special teamer safety. I don't know. That first draft is good.
Hold on, though. I got to put up with my guy J2K says. Although, if I was in PJ's universe, this draft would be my number one.
Rob Hansen, here is PJ's mock with the scenario that we would have kept Fields.
All those picks and some catfish and spaghetti. Unbelievable.
And 3 first rounders next year, 3 second rounders next year, 3 third rounders next year.
The idea of getting New England's first next year is so bizarre to me. They're gonna be a bad team. That's gonna be a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
That pick should not be made available to anyone.
So Marvin Harrison Jr., Chop Robinson, Kingsley Suamatine, Darius Robinson, Tyler Nubin, Cedric Van Pran, Ben Sinote, Kieran.
That looks like a Super Bowl team to me.
Brendan Rice, Elijah Jones, Jordan Jefferson, Dominique Hampton, 3 firsts, 3 seconds, 3 thirds next year. Ooh,
if half of those picks pan out, you've got such a good team.
Yeah.
Man.
Too bad that's off the table. Sorry, PJ. Now it's between these two. So it kind of comes down to, as much as I love Caleb Williams myself, and I know a lot of you guys in chat do.
All love, J2K. All love, man.
What is the there you go. I was there a month ago. All love, PJ. Yeah. We all kind of were.
I mean, at this point, I mean, I'm not taking it personal when people call me crazy or whatnot. I mean, it's not personal for me. I mean, we can all have our dreams, so I have mine. I don't tell people about what dreams they can have. Don't tell me what I can have. So I have mine.
You're telling me I can't? My dream of shaving my ass and walking backwards is okay with
your dream of Tyson Bagent being the starter until Caleb is ready. That's your dream.
Hey, because it equals it equals another draft pick. That's all. Draft picks are like gold bars, baby. So, what would you guys do in this scenario here in chat? Would you guys, J2K saying that the Hall is Caleb, and Caleb will play better than that draft. So, He's saying basically the Hall is Caleb. What do you guys in
he said Caleb playing better.
Oh,
in that draft.
Yes. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
So in chat, what are your thoughts on these two scenarios? Like, what would you want here? You want Caleb Williams, Jared Verse, Zach Frazier, Kieran Gale, Luke McCaffrey?
Let me ask Thai, because he's the Michigan expert here. How good is JJ McCarthy's arm on the long ball?
On the long ball?
Yeah, deep ball.
So hard to tell, man, because whenever he had the opportunity to throw the ball deep, it was when they had 10 men in the box and it was just a wide open layup. So I don't really think he's gotten tested. He's got some good measurables where he's throwing the ball, like when they do it at the combine, when they have him throw it against the wall and it has the impact.
Yeah.
He was only really second to Caleb.
Okay.
Like, he's got a good arm, and I think he's got a good release. It feels like more of like you don't want him throwing the ball down the field all the time. He's not the big Justin Fields arm type of guy. He's more of like your West Coast pick and pop type of offense.
So
he's your Tom Brady type.
Would playing with
not making that comparison.
Right.
You'd love to, though.
with Marvin Harrison Jr. being his receiver in the second scenario here, will we get full use out of Marvin being JJ being the quarterback?
Yeah, Marvin Harrison is not just a deep ball Tyler Scott type of guy. Marvin Harrison is everything. He can do that. He's also just like a touchdown machine in the red zone. So I think that having McCarthy in the red zone to throw to Marvin Harrison, those would be touchdowns. A lot of them.
Raging saying would sadly go with the first solid O-line for years, and if Caleb's a bust, you get a free agent quarterback. What about Tyson Bagent? Raging. Your backup solution's always Tyson Bagent in my mind, baby.
He's the fail-safe even with Caleb, right?
You know what?
Something crazy happens with Caleb.
It truly has to do with the QB PTSD. We've been trained as Chicago fans to always root for the second string quarterback. And when you see a kid come in like that, undrafted, and play really, really well and process things really, really well and quickly and a quick release, timing, footwork, all that shit, multiple receivers, that's just, to me, that's something you can build on. And I'm not saying to be the starter, but to someone that you can, if you put out there, again, for the 100 millionth fucking time, if you put out there, other teams will want, and you can make something out of nothing.
So my question is, what would you do, Shorty, when after the first round, Las Vegas says, you know what, we wasn't able to get our quarterback. We want to trade a 6th-round pick for Tyson Bagent. How would you feel when the Bears traded?
That's
he pulled himself again. I can't take
enough for you, Pete.
I can't take it. I'm leaving.
Unbelievable. Yeah,
yeah, I got nothing for you, man.
I'm just saying. I mean, because if
I would be insulted.
if Getsy really likes Tyson, which is a great possibility, they may make that deal. I mean,
Bagent could have a really good preseason, and someone could have an injured quarterback and get very desperate, and they could trade Bagent for more than what they got for Fields. That would be so nuts.
That is true. That is very true.
That would be such a smack to your face, PJ. I get it.
I
get what you put that up to me.
It wouldn't be by much. It'd be like a fifth, in my opinion, but still, it's possible.
I've come to realize it's not always about your talent on where you get traded or the position. It's more about team fits and the time that they trade you.
Yeah,
that's important. Timing is everything.
Yes.
And I think, had they traded Fields at a different time, they would have got more for him. So it's not just about his talent, because
would you please entertain the thought with me that it really came down to that it was all NFC teams, and they didn't want to trade him to an NFC team. I don't
think that was it. I don't think that was it at all. I just think for whatever reason, I mean, because Adam, he said earlier that he believes that they didn't have their mind made up until Poles went to Flu's house that night and then called Fields. And my thought is, if you still not made up in your mind and you have to go over to Flu's house, why are you then making that trade? Because making that trade at that particular time, August, or what was it, March 16th, why not just wait till the draft? I mean, it's not like you're getting draft picks this year. You're not getting the draft pick until next year. So why rush the trade?
I can't disagree with you on that.
That's why I'm like, okay, that's different. So yeah, I mean, I really can't explain why he did that.
Other than they were trying to do him right by getting him, to a team in time for him to get the playbook, and
they should have did that before Russell Wilson became available. If that's what they were trying
$1 million. I mean, come on.
But that's what I'm saying, though. I mean, if you really trying to, I mean, to what Thigh said earlier, Thigh asked to pose the question, and I'm like, well, if you was truly trying to do best by Fields, you don't wait till March 16th. What, a week in the free agency already? People already making all these moves to trade him for a pick next year? You're not doing him any favors then. I mean, if anything, you could wait till after the draft and somebody get hurt. Hey, you need a starting quarterback. I mean, you can do something like that if that's what you're trying to do. But yeah, what you're doing in that scenario, what he did, I don't think he did best by Fields. No.
All right,
guys.
guys.
The best scenario for Fields. Sorry, just as a capstone, could have. I thought that the Falcons were the team that should have ended up with Fields, but I don't know if they got lucky or unlucky with the money they paid for Kirk Cousins.
Hey, listen, I as an undying Bears fan with a fucking GHS tattoo on my arm.
Yeah,
I own. Yeah, you want to see it?
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! He just was waiting to show that arm.
Oh yeah!
I'm just letting look for them. I'm looking for the muscle tone in that arm.
Oh, hold on, here.
Might still have to be looking for a while.
Yeah.
I'm not saying nothing.
Listen, I have Falcons season tickets. It was the year after they lost the Super Bowl dramatic fashion to the Patriots, and they opened up the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I got tickets for cheap, and they have gone down in price. I pay like $1,000 a year for 2 seats.
Wow.
And I'll say it again for the 10th time. A cheeseburger, a beer, a water, and a chicken finger basket for $13.
That's less than
I wanted to mention this. Sorry to cut you off, PJ. I wanted to mention this when Deb was talking and you mentioned that. Would you ever see a soccer game in that stadium?
Yeah, the United.
Atlanta United.
Yeah. They offered me rights to
trying to get more into the MLS, and I've been watching a lot of the Chicago Fire, and I think that the Atlanta Stadium for United is really, really nice compared to the other stadiums.
They had just won a championship like right after I got the tickets too, and they offered me those tickets, but I was like, I'm not going to buy soccer tickets. But good night, Cliff. Thanks for joining us, my man.
Good night.
Appreciate you, bro.
So my point is that I was like, I would have loved for Justin to be traded here because I could actually sell my tickets because nobody gives a shit about the Falcons. They're all Bulldog fans.
Very true. Yeah.
But I just honestly see that it was just an NFC thing. I'm happy for that. Like let's put him in the AFC and let him thrive on a good team. If he does thrive, it'll be with the Steelers over the.
It'll be with the Bears in a trade back. That's all.
A year's worth of spaghetti and catfish on the line for that scenario.
Poor PJ got QB PTSD going on over there with you, PJ.
That's all right,
I thought I did, but man, you do.
Hey. One thing about me, if you don't know nothing else about me, you will know one thing. I'm loyal.
Yes, you are.
I'm loyal.
You are.
I think this time next week, you'll be very happy with the Bears quarterback situation.
Well, at least this time next year, hopefully.
I think this time next week, after that first pick, I will probably start doing a lot more research then. Because right now, I've seen some clips of Caleb. I have been watching them some. I haven't done a deep dive. I will probably do a deep dive after we actually get him. Because, again, from what I've seen, I think he's okay. I think he's Baker Mayfield. I mean, what I've seen, I think he's Baker Mayfield. And I don't mean no disrespect. I mean, I'm just being honest. From what I've seen, Baker
I love
Mayfield.
the look on your face. You're just like, I think he's okay.
He's okay. I mean, because again, what was the complaints? Fields,
Fields
losing the ball. I mean, on fumbles, and the way he holds the ball makes me concerned. So that's what I said. After next week, I mean, after the pick is made, and it's a done deal, then I can
you can move on. We're gonna give it your last
walk on the edge.
Yeah,
ledge, right?
Yeah.
Ledge.
You've got your final week, PJ, of sulking on it, and then you'll move on because you're a Bears fan. That's what you have to do.
Well, Pittsburgh does look kind of good.
You are a Lakers fan over a Bulls fan.
I'm just saying.
Really?
I'm just thinking like Pittsburgh Country Podcast.
Steelers Country Podcast.
Right.
You've already got an in, right, with Deb. Deb said that she was doing mainly her podcast with the Steelers fan, and she's the Eagles fan.
Right? See?
I'll get you in on PSF, man. You can watch the Steelers game.
We'll trade PJ for Brian Urlacher.
That's a tough trade there, man. You guys might lose on that one.
Well, guys, this has been a great show. Thigh, you have been fucking awesome.
Yeah, man.
Awesome,
I appreciate you guys for having me on. I'm sorry Nick couldn't come. If there's a next time, I'm sure Nick would love to be a part of whatever you guys would like to do.
Appreciate you coming on, man. Really.
There will definitely be a next time. We would love to have you and Nick back anytime you want to come back, for sure.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Hopefully next week during your guys' draft marathon.
Yes. Well, you want us to give you a link to that?
Yeah.
You guys are doing something on Thursday, right?
I think we're gonna try and do some sort of live stream. Again, I really don't know what Nick's doing right now. He's got a little bit of responsibility now.
Yeah.
This is the last show before the draft. Yeah.
It is. This is the final week, guys. That's what we did. Listen.
The end of the PTSD.
We waited until now to do the mock draft. That's why we did it. 1 week before. Now we can all put it to bed, and we'll see you this coming Thursday for an amazing show. We're going to have so many people joining us, popping in and out to talk about the picks, and it's going to be an absolute amazing marathon. J2K will be there with us again for this marathon.
Yes, J2K. Yes. I know Doug Van Dorn. I thought he said he was going to be joining us too, right?
Doug Van Dorn's going to be joining us. Doug Van Dorn, BearsCountryPodcast at gmail.com. BearsCountryPodcast at gmail.com. Send us an email, man. Let's get you on the books for next week.
Didn't Steve Grunwald said he was going to join us too?
Did he?
I thought he told us that before. He was going to join us draft night. Am I right, Steve?
Obviously, we can only support 9 people in chat with us at one point. So the goal is to have everyone kind of hop in and hop out, hop in, hop out. So, but we want to have everyone kind of rotating around, coming in, and just have it, like a constant 9 people the whole show, all talking about the picks and what's going on with the Bears. And we'll have Deb's going to join us talking about her Eagles picks. We're going to have Steve from New Breed 313 Sports, Lions fan. He's going to be at the draft in Detroit. He's going to be broadcasting to us live from the draft when he hops in with us. That'll be fun. And we're going to have Steve. He's a Packers fan. He's going to hop in with us, another PSF guy. So we're looking forward to having a lot of fun next week. It's going to be a lot of coffee and ordering pizza and maybe some spaghetti and catfish. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Not next week.
No.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens. I might just make it myself.
I'm gonna make me some chicken and gravy with some sausage and shrimp inside of it.
What? You had to add shrimp at the end there?
You're gonna put chicken in. You're gonna stuff a chicken breast with shrimp.
You don't stuff the chicken breast, bro. You cut up the chicken breast.
You said inside of it.
I said chicken inside of gravy.
Oh,
with sausage.
like a brown gravy?
Yeah. No, it's more like a white gravy.
You see the look of confusion on my face, Thigh?
A white
Like,
gravy.
what the fuck are you doing? You're mixing brown gravy with shrimp?
White gravy, man. White gravy.
All right.
Hey,
all right.
bro.
A cream sauce.
I don't say nothing about your peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, man. So just back
I
off.
don't eat peanut butter and jelly. I eat Italian beefs.
There you go. You got a good spot for that in Atlanta, in Georgia?
No, I make them myself. I have a professional style meat slicer. My first job was at a beef place. Man. I buy a 25-pound roast. I roast it all day. I slice it on a meat slicer. I make the gravy. I freeze it. I buy Toronto rolls from Chicago that are par baked. I keep in my freezer. Whenever I want one, I just fucking slap it together.
Yeah, this is like the exact opposite of catfish and spaghetti. Like, that sounds good.
Yeah, thank you. I agree.
I'm glad I wasn't paying attention. Only thing I'm saying is this. I watched this guy on YouTube named his YouTube channel is Smoking and Grilling with AB. He helps with a lot of different recipes. I take his recipe and do my own little twist to it and make it my own. So that's why I come up with different things. But his recipes are awesome. Smoking and Grilling with AB.
Yes, let's talk about it next week. That's going to be, we're going to have a lot.
Just put it out there.
Hopefully,
we're looking it up now. See, Ty's looking it up now. I'm telling you.
I absolutely am.
Hopefully,
I haven't seen this guy before, but he looks legit. I have to give it to you.
We'll pull it up. Hopefully, we'll have a lot of downtime to talk about that shit because
we ain't gonna have no drafts. I mean, we ain't gonna have no picks after
75.
75. So.
Exactly. Well, guys, let's get to chat before we end the show because you guys have been lighting the shit up tonight. You guys are awesome. Raging Oracle, AC Adam, Doug Van Dorn,
Mr. Mayhem, Alan Pena, J2K, Leonidas, my best friend.
Leonidas.
Steve Grunwald.
Keeping it real, Leonidas.
Well, I don't know about real, but he was keeping it.
He's keeping it real to himself. I know that much.
Mark Kazak was here earlier.
Atnus.
Adam Mason.
J2K.
Cliff Victoria.
Rob Hansen.
Ooh, you got me on that
one.
AC Adam.
Greg B.
Ooh.
Got you on that one too, huh?
Yeah, you got me on that one.
What about Steve Grunwald?
Foster showed up for a second.
That's right. Bear Truth 9 was here.
Oh,
Bear Truth 9, Destroyer 1320.
Dang. He just ran away with it, didn't he? All right.
Steve S was hopping in here for a hot second.
Yes, Simon Says.
Simon Says was in here for a hot second. Who else we got?
Atmos.
Atmos.
We got to scroll up so far to get everyone. AC Adam, Steve Grunwald, Bear Truth 9. We got you guys.
Oh, my guy, Vernon Roseman.
Vernon Roseman was in here. Vernon, what's up, Vernon?
Yes, Vernon.
I just talked to him yesterday. He sent me a text. He goes, "Do you watch the WNBA? You got to give me a call." I'm like, "You got to fucking get me." So as soon as I call him, he's like, "So do you watch the WNBA?" The WNBA. I go, "I do now." He's like,
Illinois Jones was here, but yeah.
Mo Beerman.
I don't watch basketball anymore.
Yeah, I'm about basketball died when Michael Jordan retired for me, but I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna buy that WNBA pass now for $35. That's worth it.
For every single game the whole year. That's crazy. That's how cheap it is.
Yeah, right. Well, they're only making $73,000 a year.
Well, they don't have.
Jaylen Carter just get? Is her contract for like $300,000?
Yeah, $76 million the first year.
It's $300,000 over 4 years.
Yeah, crazy. Wow. What is that? That's a fucking practice squad player.
That's a policeman's salary. So calm down there, buddy.
Mo Beerman, Brian Gilmore,
Tony Moy,
Tony Moy.
Jeremy Munoz, Eric Harbaugh.
Rob Hansen, I think we already said you.
Yeah. PZ, Brian Gilmore.
Jeremy Munoz.
See, I took over now.
We got to get all you guys in. You guys were fucking lighting it up tonight, man. Thank you. Adam Mason, already said you. You guys, without you, this show just does not happen. So thank you very, very much.
I thought of Justin Fields. It doesn't happen either.
Thigh, why don't you let everyone know where they can find you?
It's Thigh and Spy, essentially across all social medias. We really only utilize YouTube and Twitter. We used to do some TikTok. I don't know if you guys are hip with TikTok, but that kind of fell off. That just requires so much like upload speed. If you don't do like reaction or something to it immediately, it just doesn't go well. And I got sick of it. So just Thigh and Spy on YouTube and Twitter.
Cool.
We got one last question from Steve Grunwald for our guest. Chargers at number 5. What is that? What's the? Can you compound on that question?
Is that a trade scenario? Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah, I'm not too sure exactly what the question is. What do I think that they'll do? I would be surprised if they didn't take the best wide receiver available.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot for MHJ, unless the Cardinals take him.
Yeah, something about it's been MHJ to the Cardinals for a while, in my opinion. Just makes too much sense, or at least I don't think he'd get past him. If I was the Patriots, I would think about taking him, but
yeah, so would I.
Latest rumor that I saw, it's not even really a rumor, it's like speculation. But AJ Brown, he grew up or was a Patriots fan, and something happened recently where he just changed all of his social medias to pictures of Tom Brady in a Patriots shirt and removed anything Eagles related from his social media presence.
What happened with him and the Eagles?
Traded.
Because
they just gave a bunch of money to Devontae Smith, so I don't know if he got frustrated.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought that was the whole deal why he left the Titans in the first place.
Yeah, and then he goes to a really good team and is in a really good spot with a lot of production, and he's still not happy, so I'm glad the Bears don't have him.
Yeah,
nice.
I agree.
Emma's saying, awesome show. He got some laughs tonight. You know what? This show is always about trying to make you guys laugh. I promise you that much. It's Bears and laughter, and after that, it's everything else goes for me. So, thank you for saying.
It's also about my love for Justin Fields. I want to throw that out there.
Can I pull you? Can I fucking pull you now?
I just want to say
you're gone. You're gone.
I say, my good friend. I say
it comes back with a vengeance.
You got to have Justin Fields around just to keep you sane.
PJ, I could play that video that I was trying to link to you guys last week. I don't know if you guys are interested. It's really because whenever you do that, it reminds me of it.
Doug Van Dorn says he just come from the fish and spaghetti.
Catfish. I'm smoking on my back scratcher here now. Like a back scratcher. I ran out of Slim Jims. Like
I couldn't snap it to us.
I just come back for the catfish and spaghetti.
Yeah.
No.
Doug Van Dorn, come back for the draft for more catfish and spaghetti.
I'm gonna have to make me another plate of that. I'm gonna have to make me some catfish and spaghetti. I'm gonna have to do that. I'll say.
So you said red sauce with the pasta and the catfish, and then there's hot sauce.
I literally said on the show, I said, wait, so you're talking about spaghetti with like spaghetti sauce?
With red sauce?
Or just the spaghetti noodles? And one of the other guys, Triple R, was on the show. He looks at me, he's like, spaghetti, motherfucker, spaghetti. I'm like, so
and here's the kicker. You even got some meat sauce in the dog on the spaghetti.
See, I don't eat beef with.
It's not just red sauce; it has ground beef in it too.
Yeah, like like ragu. So spaghetti with meat is a ragu. For anyone that doesn't know, so you're eating a ragu with deep fried catfish. It's just
it just makes zero sense.
Hey Adam, do you cook fish and spaghetti? That's all I want to know.
Didn't we ask Adam this or no?
I can't remember.
Do you like catfish and spaghetti? Spaghetti with meat sauce. Adam, are we?
I'm willing to bet.
Am I fucking crazy or what's going on here?
Him being from Utah,
I don't know.
he's never
PJ
had
does
fish
make
and
me
spaghetti.
feel a little bit crazy, man.
I'm willing to bet because he's from Utah. He's never had fish and spaghetti. I'm just going to put it out there.
I love to cook too, but I've never had fish and spaghetti.
See?
It's always
Cool.
been. I'd go to my grandma's house. She would make a big lasagna. We'd all pig out on lasagna like it was our meal, and then she would pull out a pork roast with mashed potatoes and gravy and salad, and then an upside down cake or some shit afterwards with coffee.
No, what I'm saying, Adam,
Never fish.
It's normally catfish and spaghetti is really a black person's meal in the Midwest. That's really what it is.
There you have it. Never had catfish with spaghetti.
It's really a lot of black people in the Midwest. I would say central to southern Illinois. That's a meal for them. Didn't you tell me in Atlanta somewhere you saw that on the menu somewhere? Somebody saw it on the menu.
No. Opposite. I pulled up the menu of a soul food place down the road, and they had spaghetti, but not catfish.
It was somebody that actually saw it on the menu.
Oh, it was somebody's
They went to a restaurant and it was on the menu. Catfish and spaghetti.
and they saw it on the menu.
I would love to see a picture of that.
Oh, well, he made it like that night and took a picture of it, and it looked good. I can't lie. never heard of it. So you're putting me as white as chalk. Exactly. That's it. Look at me. That's how I feel, Adam. Look at me. Couldn't get any fucking whiter.
I have no comeback for that one. I have no comeback.
I literally have to change my thumb up emoji to the whitest thumb.
Hey, I had clam chowder the other day there, Mr. Mayhem.
Oh, clam chowder is delicious. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hold another hour about talking about food right now, going on 4 hours. This is a great show, guys.
Notorious TBG. What's happening?
What is up, Notorious?
Adam came back. You got new viewers coming in. I don't know.
Yeah.
It might be the transition to the food talk.
I told you we talk about food over here. We talk about food.
You heard that, Deb? You got to get Brian Urlacher on here.
Yeah, we talk about food.
Yeah, that was one of the requirements that Deb says.
And we actually show pictures of food, and we're gonna do that on draft night, or maybe that Friday or Saturday. We ain't gonna do it that first night. We're gonna be kind of busy that night.
I got a special treat for you, PJ. Shh, don't tell anybody.
Okay, all right.
Don't tell anybody. You don't even know what it is.
Does he have to wait?
Oh yeah, he does. He's got to wait for it. Wait for it.
That's all right. I'm used to waiting.
Wait for it. You ever see?
Is it a gift?
It's going to be a gift that keeps on giving. Yeah.
He's gonna have a picture of him eating fish and spaghetti.
No, it felt like a Caleb Williams jersey.
Or somebody else. Notorious saying, just finished that Fallout series. Now I need a new show to distract me for one more week.
Yeah, Fallout was great.
I'm about to finish it myself.
Yeah, I binged that with my girlfriend in 2 days. Great.
Yeah.
What's that on? Fallout series.
Yeah, it's about the video game Fallout. It's about the world after a nuclear fallout.
Oh, okay, like the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I never played the games, but my girlfriend does, and she really appreciated kind of all the things that tied into it.
Mm-hmm.
I am into Magic the Gathering, and Magic the Gathering also had a Fallout little crossover. And from what that had compared to the show, I think they just did a great job across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, I like movies like that. I don't get off things like that. I mean,
it's got a good storyline regardless. I think that you'd like it.
It took me a couple episodes to get into it, but I'm into it now for sure.
I'm more into like a good crime novel or a good crime. Luther. You guys ever see Luther on like Netflix, starring Idris Elba?
It's
Luther
like a or series. Lucifer.
Not Lucifer. Luther.
I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, if you into like detective type movies, that's a good series. It's a little.
I don't know if I'm a zoomer or what the case is, but I always try and watch a YouTube video to fall asleep, and I've been watching a lot of crime documentaries. YouTube channels Ewu Explore with Us. They're really good.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't do the satanic things. I don't do none of that satanic stuff. But yeah, Luther was a pretty good detective like thing, because crime in England is a lot different than crime in the States because of the lack of guns over there and whatnot. What did you think,
Sure.
J2K, of Luther? He said he watched some of it. What did you think, J2K?
What do you have to say here?
Mr. Mayhem says Luther is good too, so he liked it. So
You guys ever seen that show with Dan the Righteous Gemstones?
I've never seen that.
Oh god,
I don't think so either.
it's absolutely fucking hilarious. Walton Goggins is in that too.
Okay.
Notorious and Mayhem. Walton Goggins is in the Righteous Gemstones. It's got what's his name? Dan from the hell's his name? The big dude from the TV show. Jesus. Roseanne Barr TV show. Her husband.
Oh, okay.
What's his name?
Is
Dan?
it Benson?
No, I think it's Dan something. No, John Goodman. Thank you, John Goodman.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, John Goodman plays. He's like he's like a pastor, and they're like one of those rich, super rich, pastor groups that go around the country, and they have these big performances, and they're like bringing people back to life and all that shit. It's very funny, and Walton Goggins is in that as well. He's great in that. Walton Goggins is the guy that was in the Hateful. I think it was a Hateful Eight.
Yeah, that's what Notorious is. Yeah.
Yeah. They picked him up in the horse carriage, and what's his name was? I can't think right now. I'm tired. It's good stuff though. You got to check it out. The Righteous Gemstones.
Last one I got for you is Lupin.
Lupin?
Tonight. Lupin on Netflix. It's a guy who's a burglar. So he's based on the famous French burglar Lupin. Good movie. That's another good one I like. So
is it a movie or a series?
Series.
Okay. I've been looking for something on Netflix to watch again.
Yes.
So I'll check that out.
Now, if well, never mind. I'll say that for another time.
All right, you do that. Well, guys, we will see you next Thursday night for the beginning of the draft marathon here on BCP. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got some special surprises, a lot of people, a lot of guests coming on. Thigh, we hope that you will join us as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll see you then. It's been a lot of fun. This has been a lot of fun tonight with you guys, for real.
Definitely.
I'm glad Foster wasn't here. Fuck you, Foster.
And Doug Van Dorn did correct me.
Well, what did he say? Oh, French.
It's a French detective, Arsène Lupin. Lupin is his name. Lupin.
Ah, nice.
But yes,
Classic
good series.
French.
Good series.
All right, well, let's wrap this up. We will see you guys 1 week from tonight, the beginning of the marathon. Make sure you get your lawns mowed and all that shit, because you're going to be hanging out with us for like 20, 30, 40 something hours straight. So we'll see you next Thursday night.
I might try some fish and spaghetti tonight.
Oh, jeez.
Start cooking at midnight. Have fun.
Hey, might as well join Cliff. Cliff can do a meatloaf. I can do catfish.
You're gonna start.
At least meatloaf is reasonable.
You're gonna kick up that deep fryer at midnight. Your wife's gonna be like, "What the fuck is going?
Hey.
What are you doing, PJ?"
Hey,
You'd be like, "Hey, it's time for some fish and spaghetti."
it's time for the fish and spaghetti. It's time for the fish and spaghetti.
All right, guys. We will see you in 1 week from tonight. It's going to be a historic moment in Bears history, hopefully. And let's end this shit on a 1, 2. 1, 2, 3.
Bears.
Bears. Appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you guys. Bears.